Hello, Edward. Surprised there wasn't somebody saying late. I was finishing dinner. You're throwing the ponies in the garbage cart again. Well, I haven't thrown really any into the cart yet, but I have been threatening. But yes, I have. Thought we got. Yeah, we're between shots right now, so we'll have to finish one. One was pretty short, but I don't think we're going to finish it. Might do actually some cleanup. I think it'd be good to get some of those done so that I'm not stuck with doing 10 hours of cleanup. It's really nice when you finish Animating the last shot, and that's like also the last one you do cleanup on, and then you're just done. It's really nice. Though I have to really revamp the lighting. I like the dreariness of it, but I don't think I did the dreariness justice. I think I need to improve on that. Hello, Brony. Hello, Matt. What'd you have for dinner? We just had pizza. Certified casserole. No, that's closer to my stuff. This hot dish, mind you. No, I said pizza. Normally, like, stream nights are quick stuff. Because by the time I get home from work and stuff, it's sometimes not much less than a half hour till stream, so usually just toss in something quick. And it was a little day late today because I ordered some non-stick pads for the consoles for the retro setup, and they delivered today. So I went and put those on the consoles, and now they do not move nearly as much as they did before. Hoping to have that couch for that comes Friday, and then I would consider it 100% usable. But until then, it's not 100% where I want it to be. Still need to get some storage, and I need to get some stuff on the walls and to decorate and all that stuff. What type? Just homemade or restaurant. Really, it's neither, I guess. Though it's closer to homemade. It's our local grocery store. We have a Hy-Vee by us, and they have a deli aisle pizzas you can pick up that are about the same price as some of the decent frozen pizzas, but then they're not frozen and they're also much larger. So we can get 2 of those and I'll eat 3 pieces and I'm good. Where if I get a frozen pizza, I'm eating half a pizza to be good. So it's a lot less. We have a lot more leftovers. And pizza is the best leftover. So technically, Domino's is cheaper by like in all aspects, but I think that I actually like the Hy-Vee's deli aisle more than Domino's. Domino's is convenient, but I think it's like $7 or $8 for a medium 2-topping pizza now. It's crazy. Anytime we have our board game meets or whatever, we always just order Domino's, and I think we'll have sometimes 8 to 10 people here, and we'll order just a bunch of pizzas and maybe some like tots or chicken something, and it will still end up being like $50 for like nearly 10 people to eat. That's crazy cheap. It's not good pizza, but when you're trying to, or if you go and get good pizza, you're spending like 3 times that. It's just not worth it. Except when it doesn't heat evenly. I just eat it cold. It depends. Some isn't good cold. The ones from Hy-Vee are actually good cold. Does deli have garlic knots and stuffed crust though? No, they don't have stuffed crust. Garlic knots? No, I don't think they have that either. But normally, like, I don't really do like much of the. Oh, I'm gonna click the music. I don't really do much of like fancy stuff. If I get pizza, I just get pizza. Normally, where they kind of get you on kind of stupid pricing is on all that other stuff or the specials. Like, I like fancy pizzas, but like the Domino's, you can get a barbecue chicken pizza with onion, and it's included because it's a medium 2 topping. You can get a white sauce chicken with peppers, and that's still 2 topping, and it's like $8 for a medium. The other big benefit to Domino's for us too is it's walking distance. It literally is around the corner. We can go out of our neighborhood, take a right into their parking lot, and then take a right out and come back around a different way. It's literally all right turns. It's just, we can be there and out in no time. Actually, the last time we were at Domino's, they forgot to give us a cheese pizza, and I walked out to the car and I'm like, I think I'm short one. And so I checked all the pizzas and determined it was the cheese pizza, walked back in, and they looked at the receipt, and then they kind of thought about it, and then they looked around and like, we didn't make it. Give us like 5 minutes. And so they like rush ordered it, put it in, threw it in the oven. Literally took 5 minutes, and I was back out the door. So no, that doesn't bug me. They didn't give me shit for deciding to say like, no, we gave it to you or anything. No, they're right on top of things. Crap happens. But yeah, let's do some cleanup. The deli actually by us does have, not the deli, but the deli at the grocery store has like full like Chinese meals. You can get General Tso's chicken, a bunch of different lo meins, orange chicken, sesame chicken, beef and broccoli, lasagna, chicken Alfredo, egg rolls, chicken or cheesy bread, fried chicken. And this is all just in the refrigerated stuff that they make daily, and you can just grab it and cook. They're not badly priced either. So that's kind of, I mean, it's still, some of the stuff I would say is probably around the price that you would pay to make it yourself, but I like it. It's good. The Chinese one's really nice because it's just literally 4 minutes in the microwave and you have a 2-person meal. Peanut butter. Anyways, hello, Kite. All right. That's a butt. Yeah, we should do some kind of cleanup just to kind of get some more of these marked off as done. It would be nice. Other than lighting. Lighting is going to be, we could maybe poke at lighting. Yeah, I kind of want to figure that out because like, I think I haven't really locked these in because it just is it was still in flux, but I mean, I gotta do the derpy shot too. Oh yeah, we did start that a little bit. That's what we were trying to do partial of. But like this with the fog, for one, I don't like the background. Oh, there's this guy card. It's better, but it just still doesn't feel that great. I guess my issue right now with the way this looks is it doesn't give a sense of distance. You can only see the houses that are within this rim and nothing more, which is not correct. So technically I should take like, which building is this? That's the chunky one. I want the standard one. Okay. We should take a couple of these buildings and toss them in the background. I should actually clean up some of these buildings here. This shot, I'm pretty confident is going to be a shot. I could clean this up and remove some from non-essentials. The frame rate's kind of crap right now. So let's just get rid of Is this the building that's right in the shot? Yeah, it is. So we can get rid of this. This. I'll keep that one, and then I'll keep all those. So then I can get rid of these, and this, and this. I'll be putting more buildings right back in, but it should help tremendously for the frame rate. It is a little rough. Where's the other? Oh, it's over here. Grocery store near me has a meal bar where you can get stuff like fried chicken and egg rolls in a box, and they'll charge you by the weight. They also have soups and like wonton soup. A lot of places have stuff like that. I know Cub Foods has that. I just don't go to Cub Foods anymore because they're just expensive. There's a couple of places. The Hy-Vee's nice because they have that area. They actually have, I think, a whole Chinese like built-in restaurant. They have a Wahlburgers also built in. And something else, but then sometimes they pull out these like heated trays right in the middle of the grocery store, and you can just buy it right from this place. They have a couple specialties for the day, but then the other stuff you can get is just from the refrigerated section, made every day fresh. The Target has done stuff like that too, and I've actually picked up, and it's pretty good. It's you. Bye. Michael dead now. You didn't see horses on the screen. I didn't see anything pop on the screen, so I'm going to assume those are fine. How about these ones? Yep, those can go too. Oh, he made coffee. Coffee?
Yeah. Coffee is good. You used to know that.
It's the time of night that's little.
My brain is so.
Just all you have to do is sit here and like drool.
But when I walked over here, I thought you were like playing a building simulator. That's how broke my brain is. Like, is he playing Ages of Empires?
Ages of Empires?
Yes.
Age of Empires?
That one, yeah.
Are you playing the video games?
Are you playing Mario right now?
Everything's Mario.
This is Mario.
That stuff I'm gonna keep.
Okay. Hello, newfound Brony. The big derp. The big derp.
I will enable big derp. I need to set up
just the only reason I'm even here.
I need to set up a bat file or something. No, I can't even do that because that's after I stream, and that's a different button.
Can't you set it to one of those buttons?
What buttons?
The little buttons over there.
To open the software?
Yeah.
I could, but that's no different than having to click it.
It's one button.
Clicking is one button. Like, where's my leg?
Yeah. Looks like he's working on the funny pony.
We're taking a break from doing animation stuff because I would have to just do some more lip syncing, and we are instead getting some of these shots cleaned up and where they need to be for finalization. Like,
yeah,
I want to try to do the lighting.
No,
but this shot, I noticed you could see all the buildings here, but it looks like a movie set. There's nothing really implying anything behind it. So I want to put a couple trees and a couple buildings back there.
Mm-hmm. With set building.
But I do have to be careful because the sky is right there.
It's attacking.
Oh, that mountain's right there too.
Nothing's better than Pony for convincing me that I'm a little loose in the head. Because I posted a picture today of the ghost of Pear Butter hugging her father who was crying, and it got me all teary-eyed. I'm like, yes, this is sad. It has made me far more sad than it should. Yeah, I'm broke. My brain is broke. I just have to accept. that the horses broke my brain. But it was a really sad picture. I need to catch up on Tell Your Tale. I think you experienced sympathy. Yes, but I experienced sympathy for a cartoon horse. And you know what? That's fine. Probably feel more sympathy for the horses than people, which is less fine. That's the part in my brain that's broke. How do you rate the Derpy Funhouse, Michael? I rate it a 20 out of 10. Best game ever.
How do you rate it for length?
Could have been longer. That's
You
why
got all the achievements.
I did.
You give me so much crap for trying to get all the achievements, and then there you are getting all the derpy achievements.
To be fair, it was the only way to make the game last more than 5 minutes. Because it was literally...
Was it worth the cost?
Yes. Absolutely. A free.
I know that is quite outside your price range.
Yes.
But you've said free is your favorite flavor, so derpy tasted good.
I hope they expand on Derpy's Funhouse. I mean, they have all the pieces. They just have to, like, keep making episodes or something. I don't know. Have Derpy do other things. I mean, she comes back from work and now she's got to help Dinky get ready for school or something. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. They're going to release the game for free, and then they're going to put out a 4-hour DLC.
Mm-hmm. Make you buy.
Give you a taste of floaty, bouncy derpy.
They made any money off that game, Hasbro would find them and hunt them vigorously.
Oh my!
Even if they don't care about Pony anymore, they care about the chance to
they care about their IP.
I mean, yes, they do. To the point
That's
they don't want anyone.
Companies care about IP.
Yes.
They don't care sometimes about treating them correctly, but they care about the ownership of it.
Oh yeah, they don't want situations where they're getting phone calls about some fan project because it was not okay for their kids either. So, though.
But usually that requires them trying to come off as the original.
Yeah.
But normally people are smart enough not to try to confuse themselves saying official Hasbro, whatever. But if somebody's channel is named like Butt Sniffer 72, I don't think people are going to be like, wow, Hasbro's really let it go.
I wonder how many of those times Hasbro potentially got phone calls for some of those old Flash games. That would be fun calls to take. But there's only so much they can do too. They can't do anything if the server hosting the game is in like Bangladesh or something. They can't do anything about it.
Yeah, they can.
What?
If it's on Steam, they just send a cease and desist to Steam.
If it's on Steam, yes.
Yes,
But
Steam has the reach. There's a lot of developers that have said like Steam's 30% cut is rough, but the amount of extra money they make from just having the breadth of reach that Steam gives more than makes up for that 30%.
Yeah.
So it's that like they're not going to care if you're hosting it on some random Joe Schmo website. Okay, so that's a little better for the background. It makes it look more city-like. Though there are green trees, and I think dead trees would be probably more accurate, but I still want to make it look just like normal Ponyville, but just covered in shit.
Well, why would the trees be dead?
Because they're Earth ponies that got really lazy.
They must have.
Because the gods are angry because they put Derpy in jail.
That's a fair reason, yes. The gods would destroy this whole town.
I think what actually might help this is we just take the camera and tilt it.
Whatever you do, don't give Derpy a dunce hat, because that would be very mean.
Ooh, I like that quite a bit, actually. I'm gonna we tilt it like this or like this?
You need to tilt it at all. It's kind of creating a dystopian effect. But
Yeah, that's what we're going for. It makes you uneasy, which is what works really well with that. Yeah, that's my OC again, the little thing.
like
Because like here I have it tilted sideways. That tilt was in the original.
medieval never really struck me as the same as dystopian, though.
But this camera angle is the same
Yeah.
as the movie.
Yeah, because it was just some dude holding the camera.
Yeah, he had one shorter leg.
Yeah.
No, I want to go for like a dystopian.
Okay,
We can
that angle if you're gonna pick one.
have it so that it's kind of like doing a twist as it goes, so it can.
Should be leveling out from there because I don't think you'd want to go more extreme than that. Yeah,
Too much.
Yeah.
You could do the
zoom in.
Yeah, do this.
That might be better. Well, see, now I feel like there's a monster gonna jump out. Getting all fisheye lensed. That's better.
No, that provides too much focus on this. It'll be out of focus, but still. Yeah, we're gonna go with
like
that.
the whole camera shifting just makes me think horror film.
Yeah, but the audio is not going to be spooky
Yeah, it's just the feel feels spooky.
because you don't hear anything right now. But it should be a guy yelling, "Bring out your dead,"
Yeah,
which, and depending on the movie. And Monty Python's Holy Grail is kind of horror. You remember that rabbit?
it was terrifying.
It was terrifying.
I peed myself.
Run away!
Away.
Though probably my top 3 scenes from that movie is the holy hand grenade at that part. The whole
It is a good
counting joke.
5 is right out.
All right. I don't want to fill this scene with horse right now.
What?
Ram.
No, Ram's only horse.
No, I'm probably going to have to break it down to where these first 5 shots are in their own file.
Yeah.
Because if I start adding a lot of horses like rolling around in the dirt or T-pose flying, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's going to start eating up RAM really quick. And I'm already at pretty high amount. So I don't want to do that quite yet. Even just having the CMC and Derpy here definitely doesn't help either. Let's it looks better in my opinion.
It's sad, Derpy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because it makes it, because you're expanding the side of the screen that they're walking into, so it makes it look better that direction. But
We found the flash abuse is fine. It's the Derpy abuse that everyone should be very upset about.
so Derpy in the cage, that's bad.
Yes.
Beating the
bad.
crap out of Stallion.
He probably did something. Look at him. Barry Punch is mad for a reason. He probably looked at her butt.
No, they're married.
Oh, that's actually funny.
He didn't do the dishes,
Yeah.
and she brought him into the middle of the street for some reason.
She saw him looking at other mares.
Or he's the bartender and he didn't have vodka that day.
Yeah. On him.
I'd rather Derpy abuse than flash abuse. Yeah, that's why we're going to keep her in the cage.
No.
She's safe in there. The CMC can't hurt her.
I want you to put somebody in the cage and I want them poking him with a stick.
No, we are going to do the poking with a stick.
No, but not Derpy.
Well, you're the one that gave the idea for it, and now that I'm following through with it.
Give you the idea to put Derpy in there.
Oh yeah, I wanted to check. It didn't work earlier. I haven't actually checked how well the Derpy kicking squirrels video did.
I know neither loves it.
Because there was some people that were like, I don't know what to think about this.
Mixed feelings. Because there is quite a bit of crossover between Zootopia fans and Pony fans. And what's the love-hate relationship on that one?
Nick, no. I'd love playing as the Derp Urge in Ponyville's Gate.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it too. Okay, this sounds like a Michael comment for Cheese It Dash. I swear Starlight's drumming is insane, but the way Dashy's snoot scrunches up when she's eating makes me go ee.
Yes. That's the important bits. The little things.
Nice. Derpy.
Nice.
Yes, spike abuse for the other one. What's the audio from? Check the comment or the description. Jeez. Not many comments on there. I like that, don't you? This voice doesn't fight.
It's hard to leave comments on shorts. It's not really clear on how to go about it.
Man, you bronies just get deeper and deeper in that grave you're digging.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is technically kicking because of those are legs.
Yeah, it's all legs. Nothing but good, I imagine.
Yeah, they get louder each damn time, the punches. And anyone want to tell you that's not a squirrel?
Everybody doesn't know.
Imagine getting this 60 sounds like a Michael comment. Imagine getting beat up by a pony. Would it be the most embarrassing or amazing moment of your life?
The latter.
Yeah, all caps. That's a fox, not a squirrel. Someone took her muffins.
Is Niley somewhere on there swearing revenge? I like how he came at me first and then you. Like it was primarily my fault.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so.
Kicking squirrels, hitting on foxes. Derpy is living the good life. This is the Nightly says.
Oh, you'd find Niley.
This is a personal attack on me, and I know it.
It didn't start out that way. It just became that.
UK riots in a nutshell. Derpy, I don't think that's a squirrel. She's so adorable.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing you need to take away from that video.
Screw it. Go for the eyes. That's not a squirrel. Yeah, we get it. Good people getting the joke. I like it. A visual representation of a brony encountering a furry that thinks bronies are furries.
There's a lot of crossover.
Gotta appreciate that enthusiasm. Perfect loop too. Yeah, because I made it that way. Because you just keep punching.
You do punch.
Why does this make Derpy more attractive?
That sounds like a new post.
It's by Silly Pone.
Yes.
Just pray that Judy doesn't find out Derpy. Well, Judy is closer to a squirrel than Fox.
You'll have two things to punch. Slash kick.
Okay, back to this. Okay, so lighting wise, I feel like a lot of the shadows are a little sharp.
Well, lots of Michael clones are in the comment section. Man, I just know what the appropriate approach to the whole horse thing. So it's the boop and scrunchy noses and socks, loose boxes.
I think some of my issue too is there's fog on the ground, but there's nothing into the distance.
I thought it was more dust. I always saw that more as dust than fog.
Yeah, but that would still... It's cloudy, so you would assume that it would have some kind of like whatever. But my normal method for doing that is going to block the skybox too. which is kind of fine. We're going to grab one of our fogs here, but the nice thing with this being so far away is I really don't need to do multiple layers. Only reason I'm doing multiple layers in these other bits is because we're from above, so I can't just do one and look weird. But for getting back here further into the buildings, I can probably get away with a lot stronger ones. So we're going to say fog back one. And for our materials, there should be 2 overrides, and there is. So we're going to go from 0.2 to I'll say 0.7, but that might be a little much. Yeah, that's a little much. Let's go to 0.5.
I ate a lot of carbohydrates.
And right now it's also going for a brown. We want to go slightly bluish, so we'll go 0.9, 0.91. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
So do you the words? Do you need to just start doing lots of videos where Derpy beats up Zootopia characters? I think that's a good idea.
What do you have against Zootopia? You can't just say you have stuff against Knightley because he only has one character he likes.
He likes Judy.
Yeah, only because his waifu is the husbando of, I'm getting confusing myself actually.
It's a Tuesday. It's a day of the week. So brain melt.
Oh, you know what? I got potential authorization for work today on a work trip next year. They want me to do just training on stuff, and so I found a training, but it's going to cost a lot, like thousands of dollars. And they're like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So I get to, I don't know where yet.
Yeah.
They haven't decided location, but it's all about Power Apps training. Ooh.
Ooh. You might get to go to a far off distant location like Cleveland.
This year was DC and Dallas. They almost wanted me to go to the Dallas one this year, but it's literally like less than a week after Cider Fest and right after a big thing in the systems being put out public. So basically I'd be gone for like nearly 2 out of 3 weeks right after something that I need to support comes out. And they're like, yeah, no. So
I didn't want to do DC.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Well, DC was literally this weekend or this week.
Yeah.
But it's a whole week that I'd be gone for.
I don't want to spend a week in Houston. What's in Houston?
No, it was Dallas.
Whatever. Texas. Maybe if it was San Antonio, there's a reason, but
Yeah, but I'd be there doing things from 8 to 5. It'd be like
but
busy.
then after that, you do the...
No, I'd rather go somewhere that there's definitely like some things to do.
There's nothing in Dallas that I'm aware of.
Dallas is probably stuff to do. It's just nothing I'd actually care about.
I mean, not one of my getaway locations. I'd rather go to Cleveland. At least they have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, like DC would be fun. I've been wanting to do trips, and so that would be interesting. But if they have it pop up there again next year, hell yeah, I'll choose to go to that one. But I'd rather do it whatever's earlier in the year. And being that this is the 2 versions are later in the year, I'm a little concerned it's going to be late in the year. But I like the idea of somebody paying for me to go and do things. So
yeah, no, that is nice. They've already told me I'd be off on another trip if they could afford to have me go, but they can't right now. So I'm too important and they need me where I'm at. That's the worst place to be.
Yeah, there's the whole thing of do well and stand out, but don't make yourself irreplaceable. Because if you're irreplaceable, you can't move up. You can't take vacations. You can't do anything. So be valuable, but not irreplaceable.
Make sure somebody can cover you while you're gone.
Well, like, I'm kind of irreplaceable in my job, but nothing that I do is time sensitive. So if I go away for a week on a whim, it's not a worry. But the things that I do, I'm the only one that can do it right now.
Everything I do is time sensitive.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little rougher.
I'm not allowed to leave. If they could, they'd chain me to the door. Soon, though.
To chain you to the door?
No, soon maybe that won't be the case anymore. There'll be somebody else there to cover. Flash being derpy, he'd be arrested immediately, and he should be thrown away in prison for the rest of eternity. I saw last time Flash hit Derpy, and she almost died. And she's flying her airplane, minding her own business.
If Derpy punched you in the face, would you watch that spot?
Punch me in the face?
Because you were trying to like do Michael things.
I mean, I'm conflicted right now. Is that would I like that? Tick tick tick. Yes. She's a Derpy. I'd be upset that she was upset at me, but
Okay, that helps a little bit for the distance. What do you think?
wow, Newfound. Stay away from Derpy.
I was distracted.
It's gotta be nice to best horse. What if I said that about your waifus, which I do not know which ones they are? They're Derpy. She's never look how cool she is. Do you want to be up that horse? Of course not. Lick. Too cute.
Okay, so there's dirt, and then does that look a little better in the distance there?
Mm-hmm. It's getting very Silent Hill between the fog and the camera angle. But
I was actually watching a thing about old consoles, and the one thing they were talking about was, do you remember in the original PlayStation how it always had a weird like texture wobble? Like textures always looked like they were kind of like weirdly changing positions, whatever, and it was a weird thing unique to the PlayStation. Well, apparently that was because the engine or the chip didn't have any method for detecting distance between things. So everybody that developed for it had to come up with different methods of how to judge distance. But a lot of the textures then didn't have an accurate measurement of the Z depth. Like SFM has here, they have their Z distance, Z near and Z far. So it has that for judging distance and how far something is using that kind of ratio. But they didn't have that. And so the textures had this weird wobble because it was them playing with it in other ways to make it work. But it became a distinctive look that any game in any other console, even the same game, didn't have that. But then when they started, people emulated the system, they purposely made it do the wobble thing because that became a style of the PlayStation thing. But I always thought about that when thinking back for old consoles, like that's like a head or something would suddenly look like it just things kind of jumped more than a pixel shift. And it was something weird with the PlayStation to make it work.
I think I remember that a lot on 7.
But yeah, 7 and then 7, 8, 9 all had it, and I didn't really think about it until I saw it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it had that for sure.
At the time, PlayStation was the best looking console by far. So
it wasn't as much good looking. It could just do a lot more. It could handle because of the discs.
Yeah, the discs.
It could handle way more information being brought in with the game, and that was only on CDs.
Yeah.
So that was what's crazy about it.
That was before DVDs even. PlayStation 2 brought in the DVDs and could use dual layer DVDs, which was like 8 gigabytes max, I think.
There's a YouTuber I found that he's went through every console and he says how the security was broken. So it goes through the full security of the systems and how complex they were, and then how they were breached. But like Xbox ended up being laughably easy to break to such a degree that they had to release a 1.1 version of the board for all the things they were making, but they couldn't patch the biggest mistake, which was about having this certain chip with the security on it, because if they did, they'd have to redesign the whole board and that would be way too expensive. So they just kind of called it lost cause pretty like within the first 2 years and said, whatever, we're done with that one. I have a hacked Xbox. It's super easy. But then like some of the early consoles were like, I forget which one it was. I think one of the cartridge based ones, they have no security.
Yeah, because they never thought that people would be able to upload emulators to their computer through the internet.
Yeah, or just people to put the effort into. But yeah, there was just zero security at all, and which was funny.
Because discs are cheap and you can burn the discs on your computer to make copies of video games. Most people don't have the means to make copies of Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
No, now people can just replicate the game, put it on a small chip, make the cartridge, and it just works on the old consoles.
And you can buy them on Etsy.
Or anywhere. There's a lot of places that have that stuff.
Yeah, going forward, I probably might get some of those.
They're not that cheap still. They know the good ones. Chrono Trigger is still $40.
Even the copies?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they know that is still half the price of getting it anywhere else. So it's supply and demand. There's a demand for it, but very low supply, and so they're going to jack the price up because they know people
probably
want
don't make them until it's ordered.
Yeah.
So there's an unlimited supply.
Yeah, but they're doing it because they know that you're willing to pay $40 compared to $80.
I wonder how hard it'd be able to just make it myself.
You can probably buy stuff not super easy, but once you get the process down, I mean, they're selling it for $40. So yeah. And then you could put Philly Fantasy on.
I actually wouldn't mind finding the person who made the game because I know they were selling it on cartridges for a time. There's probably not a ton out there. But I remember seeing it in the consoles at BronyCon, the actual cartridge in the video game room. That game is hard. I think it's much harder than the original.
It's just they didn't play test it nearly as much. So they put something together, but they probably didn't jump to that part of the game and determine based on certain levels of ranges how strong somebody should be for certain parts. That's a lot of work. They put a lot of work into making it, probably less in testing it.
I do like that Trixie's the mimic character because at first I was like, ooh, that's going to be super useful. I can just mimic the most powerful move of one of my characters. And now that I have her and there are points where I need somebody who can cast freaking magic, and then Trixie's just like, I'll mimic that rise you just did. And like, Trixie, that's useless. You're useless, Trixie.
No, mimic is always a great skill, but it's timing.
Yeah.
You have to be the one to time it right. Hello, Flitter. Cheers, Flitter.
Hello, Flitter. Only lurking due to working, but always fun to see you two stream. We were just talking about Philly Fantasy. And if you don't know what that is, then it's funnier.
Michael has a lot of Philly Fantasy. Why?
Way too far. Better. I've heard of it, but not sure what it is. It's just a
Michael's Fantasies
ponyfied version of Final Fantasy VI. A complete mod. It's even got mod in it.
I get it.
Yeah. I've been playing it for a while on my Monday stream. Hopefully almost done. There are other games I wish to move on to. It's a lot of fun. There were parts that made me cry. And I didn't cry in the original Final Fantasy VI.
But like Michael was saying, the balance in the game isn't as well developed. So it's kind of a play at your own risk because it's going to be a little bit more difficult than the original experience.
Who killed Derpy? No, I didn't kill Derpy. She's fine.
Yeah, who killed Derpy?
No, she's fine. She got better.
You sure? Because you're the one that said you killed Derpy.
No, she got better.
This was your words.
She died and then got better. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do that. Yeah, but she got better. Is what I'm saying. So she's fine. Fine.
No, anytime you use that words, I've said it before. Oh, that's too much.
I found her. I just didn't. It was before you watched. That's all. I'm sure.
Oh.
Yeah. You
So I've been watching quite a bit.
Yeah, you missed it.
When was it? What part of the story?
It was like
Lies.
on the ship.
Nope, that was Lies.
No, she's probably still there. I'll have to see her again.
Okay, I'll be watching.
No, I can't go back to the ship. I'm already on the floating island.
No, you're gonna have to leave because there's no way you're beating the game.
Yeah, you're kind of right. I think
You are way. You're not
under level.
No, you're not under leveled. Actually, I checked for beating the game. The recommendation is about your level.
Yeah.
At the I wouldn't say the minimum, but a recommendation. You just didn't go get the gear needed to ensure that you succeed.
Yeah, maybe.
You didn't get any of the paladin stuff.
Paladin stuff?
Yeah, it's the cursed stuff that you have to fight so many combats in to uncurse it. It's the best shield and armor in the game.
Yeah, I'll have to look up some of the side quests. I didn't do enough side quests.
And now that you have Meltdown, there's an island out there that has really, really strong enemies in it that are all weak to fire. Mm-hmm. And you just equip everybody with fire absorption, everything. Just keep casting Meltdown. Yeah. It heals you for a few thousand. It does a few thousand of them, and then it's basically you'd have to use a lot of tents. But it's how I used to power level back when I was like 9.
Yeah. I think you found Nerby, but you didn't catch enough good fish fast enough, and she died. I don't remember this. She's fine. I was not going to let that pony die. I was already so sad. I was like, no more kill mares. You can die today. And her character does not matter at all. You can go back and talk to her, and she's like, "Thanks." She's MIA. She's just missing. You saw her ghost. We saw her ghost get shot down. Wait, her ghost got shot down. No. Now, I will prove to you next stream, guys, that Derpy's fine. I'll prove it. We'll see. Nope, she's fine. I'll prove it. Tune in next time.
I want to get this a little bit dirty looking, but I'm also not wanting.
Flowers in it. Like maybe some deadish ones.
I could put flowers in it. It's kind of the point of that, isn't it?
It's a flower bed.
Well, because I was trying to put a little bit of a brown thing here, but it's really hard to do that and not have it cover the screen.
With flowers, you can pick whatever color you want. Really, any plant can go in there. You can put some weeds in there.
I'll get rid of that one. I'm going to keep those ones.
I can't.
Well, the thing is, even if I put weeds in there, I have to find flowers that do that, and I'm running already high in RAM, so it might take a little bit.
I can always tell when it's something I made because it's like transparent until you put it up.
No, that's actually pretty common.
You know,
There's a lot of stuff that's that way. Like that one's transparent. That's mirror time. A lot of Dota stuff is that way.
yeah. Interesting different ways you can go about stuff. That's a good flower.
So double check. I'm pretty sure I saved it. I don't want just a flower. I want a bunch of flowers.
See, like, what was that you started on?
I want a group of flowers, though.
Can you do like poison joke? That'd be funny. You just grow poison joke in their flower bed.
See, like this one?
Mm-hmm.
Is that, but a lot of these that have an alpha, something to make it semi-transparent, because it's usually the grass is one large texture, and then they say where to not show it. It's easier to see it through wireframe. So I just go through wireframe to see if I can find
That's like a weed.
whatever I'm looking for. That looks like some kind of baby mush. No, not mushroom. It's probably some
sort of water plant. These are all like swamp plant.
That had to be
The fuzzy ball thing back there looks pretty good. That's fine.
Yeah, it is. Ooh, that's kind of pretty vines.
That is pretty. That fits the aesthetic of this town.
Oh, I got to try out the fog.
This is the kind of vines people want on their house. Then they grow once and die, and then it's just dead vines on the house.
I might look into that one a bit more.
Mushrooms.
Mushroom.
Well, that's just
Yeah, Michael admits to killing Derpy. There we go.
no. But I said she got better, and she forgave me.
You can't control Z death.
Nope. I'm gonna prove it to y'all in the next stream that Derpy is fine.
Those might work.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Why are they weirdly transparent?
Yeah, they're certain models have this issue, and the only way to fix it is if you have to go into the file and turn off Fong, and that usually leaves them kind of cartoony looking.
Nansky, the answer is Dragon Balls.
I find, but
Yeah, Dragon Balls.
okay. Well, that's just the end of the flower.
My coffee's all gone.
I'm halfway through, not even halfway through my beer, and you're already.
Yes, I finished my coffee quicker than you finished your giant beer.
Actually, you started taking much more ammo.
Monday, Newfound Brony. I only stream on Mondays. I'm not even here right now.
He wants to wait anyway, because then you'll potentially forget.
No, don't forget. Derpy, I'll prove she's okay.
If she's not, you have to start over again and go back to where Derpy is and then keep her alive.
I almost lost all my progress from last night. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, you are pushing. That looks good. You're pushing really hard for trying to finish when you're not going to get there.
I could potentially.
These are the old games that required you to do some grinding. Nowadays, you can usually get by with it.
I bet I can get by with just going back and doing some of the side quests. Get some of the better gear. If I just get a bunch of flame shields and then just put them with the group that Rarity's with, she can just melt down everything to death.
Yeah, but then even with that, you then reach the boss at the end, and you have to survive that.
Yeah. Rarity's burning him while healing everybody. Shouldn't be too hard.
I would recommend leaving to do not as much side quests, but just to get some of that extra gear that really buffs people up. Mm-hmm. And then maybe a couple levels, because the best gear in the game compared to like good gear in the game is equivalent of like 20-30 levels.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to hunt it down. I'll do some research. Those are pretty.
The knights or the paladin stuff is the best stuff to go for. Mm-hmm. It's just complexity that's annoying, and I'm not talking complexity as in how hard is it to get them. Getting them is easy. It's that you have any equipped person gets every status element in the game.
Mm-hmm. I have a couple ribbons.
So you equip a ribbon, and it takes 100 combats while wearing it for the curse to break.
Okay.
So that's a lot of combats.
Mm-hmm.
So you equip a ribbon. It still keeps one status ailment, but I can't remember what it is. But it's not that bad. I think it's like Doom or something. But
Doom's pretty bad.
Yeah, but if you're just burning through combats,
you know,
I can't remember which one it was.
Ooh. Who else is having a Tuesday today?
I think everybody's having a Tuesday.
Well, then we all share that collectively. Something we have in common.
No, there are some people that are on Wednesday.
Well, they're trash.
I think if you're in Europe. A good portion of them are past midnight. And Michael said it, not me.
I don't think well, maybe some of it. Yeah. Well, here in this stream, it's still Tuesday. You're on Friday. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay, so we got flowers.
I was thinking about Trixie a lot today.
Doesn't surprise me that you're just over there going horse.
I'm looking at horse.
Horse.
I was thinking about how, like the scenario where you send Trixie into a like chicken nuggets, and they're out of chicken nuggets at McDonald's. Like she would retaliate because she didn't get her chicken nuggets, but she doesn't have like the sheer power to do anything but get herself into trouble and get arrested. And then if Starlight walked into the McDonald's, they would just say, we're out of chicken nuggets. And she would be like, okay, not a big deal. And she would leave. But when you put them together, Trixie would start saying, they didn't get the nuggets. And then she would hear something wrong. And she's like, that guy just called you this. And then Starlight would be like, oh, it's on. And the whole place would burn down. And that's why they're the best together. They're the best fail couple. They make each other worse. So they just need to make a show around those two. Destruction will carry in their wake. Number one derpy house speedrunner Michael. Are those smoke particles or effects?
They're models.
Yeah, smoke model.
Just looking at a little bit of depth here. The problem is this camera motion. Oh, actually, no, that's fine.
I like that camera motion. That's actually the best I've seen.
I haven't changed it.
No, you had it like shifting over before.
You know, this is what it's been like for a while. I tested that and I immediately undid it. You have no idea what you're looking at.
I know what I'm looking at horses.
Or where can I find one? When I say it's a model, I mean it's a lot of models.
130.
This all I'm using is, I don't even think it's a download. It's just a texture I put on something. Well, maybe it might be on the workshop, but it's just a cloud. That's all it is. It's just this cloud one. I just like this one because it tends to be broken up. I can put this everywhere and it kind of like mellow with other ones, and it's slightly rotated, so it's not perfectly flat. All you do is you drop the opacity on these things like to a very low number. So a lot of these are like 20% opacity or whatever, and then you just layer them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then it creates a much better looking fog effect from one direction. If I start looking from this, like here, you can start seeing the layers of the different fog. Yeah, so the effect does break down if you're sideways, but most of the time you're not really doing that. You're just a straight on thing. And for the most part, if I'm just going straight through this, you can't tell that that's what's going on, that it's just model layers. But it has that a benefit of it decreases brightness instead of increasing brightness like volumetrics do. And it, as you're going through it, it will decrease because you're leaving layers behind. So cloud looks like a missile though. This one?
I don't see it.
I don't know what you're talking about with that, but yeah, all the ones I have here. So these ones are flat in the back, so I just put them a little brighter so that there's some kind of fog layers. But all the ones in here, because in here, right here. These ones I had to do multiple layers because the ones in the distance here for the camera change, it's far enough away you're not going to really notice anything that's like from having multiple layers. I just put one between each house just to make us increase with distance. But these ones, you can definitely see a lot more nuance between all the different models. So I wanted to put lots and lots of layers.
The last thing you need to do is the smooching scene. Guys, he hasn't had pony smooch in like 10 years. Crazy. Unless you count the Pinky Rainbow one.
It's
Pinky Rainbow one.
probably close to 10 years.
Smooching.
She picked up that bed.
They definitely were doing well.
Smooching.
There was probably smooching, but it wasn't both ways.
It's aggressive smooching.
It was non-consensual smooching.
No, it's apprehensive, maybe.
There, I like that little break up in the distance to make it actually look like clouds now. And we can probably even, we're going to copy these, paste. We're going to bring them over like this. Did that even move them? No, it didn't. Do like this. We're going to turn them down a little bit. We're going to move this one over here. Okay. Then we're going to camera. I'm going to slide them a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to pick a couple of them to go a little slower. Okay, that works just a little too fast. Okay, so now it makes this fun little effect of clouds moving.
Yeah,
and by making just a couple layers and timing them ever so slightly different, it just makes it look like the clouds are morphing a little bit. It's super easy. That was only like 6 models, and made a nice little effect.
Did you play any Nintendo today?
I was at work.
Since when?
I got back at like 5:20.
And you didn't immediately sit down and start playing Mario Brothers?
I did get non-stick pads and I put them on there.
Also, you had time for that.
So all the consoles, including the little Switch button for the retro setup now, if you really pulled, yeah, you're gonna pull it off. But now, like from straight on, you can actually put a lot of pressure on it and they won't move, which helps. So if you're like flipping the power button or hitting those switches, because it's a non-electric, so they're like hard pushes.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but you can actually push them and it doesn't slide backwards. So it actually works really well. I haven't
seen something like that thing since I was a kid.
I like it. It's
very retro.
It's very retro.
The Switch box.
I used to have one of the old ones when I was looking for the Pelican Switcher Pro, or System Switch Pro. I found out that the Pelican is what made the old ones. You know, the ones that they looked like the PlayStation 2 with the black lines across it, and then they had the big square buttons, and you could actually get little plastic like name plates for all the ones you had on there.
Yeah.
So I used to have one that said like Xbox and PlayStation and DVD player, and so then you just hit the big button, and those were also hard, or all. What would you call that? It's not electromechanical. It's non-powered switches. So I guess so.
It's just a physical switch.
Yeah.
It's just an actual physical switch is all it is.
I'm a little bit happier with this. I think what would really make this feel better to me is if I could have things blowing in a wind. I can.
Animation of one thing and they just reuse it a few times.
Yeah. The flowers on the sill there, pretty easy. I could get that done. Grass. Not this grass.
This video is not Australia.
No, but it's just something feels off to me, and I don't like having things feel off. The trees aren't difficult. There's a tree model. I used it a bunch of times before. It's a trunk with all the leaves kind of being like big bunches of separate models, and you can then animate them all a little differently to make it look like not the whole tree going like this, but like each piece kind of moving separately. I'd have to dig for it, but I'm probably not going to deal with that right now. What is this? Oh, that's the vines in the house. Yeah, I was going to look for more of those.
You know, I'm convinced that Derpy game is going to have expansions or continuations because they had a lot of emphasis on Derpy's cousin. They even had like a zoom in picture of Derpy's cousin, and they pointed out the paintings in the house were painted by Derpy's cousin, but it doesn't come up past that as constant references. And then they show Derpy's parents' ashes in urns upstairs, but then there's a third urn that's not referenced.
It's Dinky.
Is it Derpy's cousin?
She's in denial.
Dinky is at school.
She's in denial.
How dare you? Maybe Anon's just a figment of her imagination. So it makes more sense that Derpy's a figment of his imagination.
What would you call like the vines on the side of the house? Just vines?
Yeah.
I mean, because there's also like moss hanging and stuff.
No, moss doesn't hang. Vines.
This one's by greenery, so I can see this definitely growing up on this side. But any of the areas that have like dirt right up to the side of the house, probably not going to grow anything. If it's not growing grass.
Too many dinkies. The picture of Leanne helping Derpy get to the attic is adorable because she's just looking up and she's got a big happy face.
Guess he needs to get to work.
Yeah. And she can't get out the door for whatever reason. It's not really explained other than like it's locked, I guess, from the inside. That's not really clear.
This specific shot, because of those vines, I need to check. Okay, I can't do. I want to increase this value to the maximum I can get to before it starts cutting out models.
That's the other thing with Dinky's room. Like, Derpy says that Dinky locks it when she leaves. From the outside of the bedroom, how many bedrooms, especially children's bedrooms, have outside locks?
Dinky's does.
Apparently.
Derpy's been very invasive.
No, I understand that.
Okay, that should help.
About being invasive. Growing up. I think she thought I was always on drugs. Never was, but she thought it.
Understandably.
There's definitely something up with that child. He appears to be smiling again.
How dare he be happy? Well, you weren't smiling because you were happy.
No.
Because you were being a little dick.
Yes. Before horse, so I wasn't happy yet. Gross.
This might be a little thick.
I just want to go to the Dinky's room and find out she's going through some kind of weird goth phase.
It feels weird that they put the door there.
And then, well, they just implied Dinky. She lives there.
Have you sat there and tried at the door for the whole 10 minutes?
No, but I clicked on it a bunch.
That sounds lazy.
No. If there were more achievements, maybe.
You know what you need to do? Sit in the game, like every night when you go to bed, just sit in the game. Do that for like months. And then just leave a review. And it says, it's okay. I love the people that have these games where they're like super short games. And then they leave a review like, it's okay, with 1,000 hours in it.
Oh, boy, people.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Maybe actually,
I don't like it.
maybe if I angled it more like this.
It's too thick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It might work in some places.
You need more of that rose one. The flower one. Just
I don't want to just use that one over and over and over again, though.
no, but like, if it's a small town, people are going to share seeds, so you're gonna see the same thing over and over again.
I could. That might actually work. I'm going to try something. But I definitely have to save it. We're going to load a light.
I'm going to get a drink.
No, but I'm good. Turn off shadows. And now... Okay. So this texture, this probably goes forever, doesn't it? This might be a little bit weird. Oh, good. It's not very bright. You need to see something? Does this have infinity? It has infinity. Oh, okay. Textures that aren't made to be gobos tend to not have limits set on how far they can go because they probably are meant to go for infinity. In this case, I do not want it to. So I'm going to make this a negative. Okay, so we can do this at the side of the house, kind of like that, and then we'll just increase the blue because that's inverse. It decreases the blue.
There's 2 bunny rabbits that are just hanging out right next to that grill.
They want burger.
They do want burger, bunny burger.
How does something like that on the side of the building work?
Like the harsh shadow? Just like a
No,
harsh
that
shadow.
it kind of makes it look dirty.
Okay.
This is looking a little bit harsh up there, probably because it's a negative light. And so it's just going to be enhanced by anything that's already shadowed.
It makes sense that the dirt's going to be further up. Just because if you've ever, like, been a lazy house owner, the stuff lower, I'll clean that. up there. I need a ladder. I need to climb it.
So you increase the red. I mean, you decrease the red. You got to think backwards.
The only thing is, if you do that to that house, you have to start doing it to all the houses.
Yeah, and I could. It's fairly low resource.
Yeah. Do you want to put the time into it though?
But I have to be sort of kind of careful. Because like here with the light, I need to aim it right at the building if I really want to do it correctly. Mm-hmm. But it is going to leave it a little bit brighter up top. I probably do it right about there. Smoke does rise too, yeah. Holes in the roof are harder. I would be able to do that. Putting some dirt on there using gobos, that's doable. Putting holes in the roof requires remodeling it, and
not to mention they're thatch roofs, so it's a little different.
But dirt, that's easy.
Like I've only ever seen thatch roofs still in use, like in
I should get some like graffiti.
Yeah,
like it just like says derp and like the big round like fancy font.
Is that why she's all locked up?
Yeah, that's why she's locked up.
But she's more of a, what's his name? What's that famous graffiti artist? Oh, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. Banksy. She's a Banksy. You want her art because she's the best. People in Ponyville should be so honored to have original derpies on their buildings. Yes, Banksy. That's why you got to keep replacing them. Like, thatch roofs are not, like, they were the best at the time. Now the only reason they ever do it is because it's maintaining the traditional look of a house that's very old. And you will never see them in the United States because thatch roofs were already not a thing.
So I don't want to make it too dark by doing this either. But I do like what it's doing. Like that's getting a little too dark. But yeah, well, I do like having a little bit. I could probably like there's the crack model. I passed one of them. I couldn't use it on its own because it just would be too much.
I have to admit, the aesthetic of thatch roofs, especially for the Ponyville, is quite nice. And all that German architecture. Like, that's what this is. Ponyville's basically just like a Happy Pony version of like early 1900s German town.
What if I put this gobo on the roof?
When we were going through Germany, there were still a lot of houses that had this kind of architecture. Probably older ones, but there was a lot of them.
So like this works, but yeah, this texture is not meant to be repeated. So it would kind of work if I just widened it like this.
I feel like you're HDing Ponyville and you're just showing all the blemishes.
That house looks a lot better now, though.
It looks unkept.
Yeah.
But Ponyville was supposed to be really well kept.
No.
Okay.
My problem with doing it this way is, well, they're pretty low resource. If I start adding a ton of these, it's going to become a lot.
You know why I know Ponyville is a place of fiction?
So everyone in it like works just 9 to 5, and then they close up shop for the day. Like it's like some of the restaurants around here, like Crystals. I love Crystals, not because of the food.
Crystals?
Crystal Cafe.
Well, it's called Crystal Cafe because it's in Crystal.
Yeah, I know, but I like
so
it. So
calling it Crystal seems a little weird.
It's not.
You're just naming it the city.
Yeah, well, it's Crystal Cafe. But the reason I like it is because they work a single shift and then they close up for the day. They don't try, it's not about, they get what they need and then they, go home to their families. If everybody ran their business like that, we'd all be happier.
Okay, that's gonna be a little down there.
Then there's just one guy who's like, but I could be making more money. And then everybody has to compete with that guy. Nobody's happy.
I think I might need to prevent this texture from repeating.
And what do we end up with? 24-hour Walmarts. Anybody who's inside of a Walmart at 3 a.m. needs to get their shit together.
Okay, now I gotta figure out in what folder that is because I don't want to open the thing that actually would give it to me. So materials, overlays.
I've been in a Walmart at 3 a.m. before.
Not that one. So we will instead just do it the probably time-consuming way.
There's not a more magical place, to be honest, than a Walmart at 3 a.m. Because you look around, you're like, wow, this is a bunch of freaks. And then you realize, oh, wait, I'm here too.
I did. That's what I was waiting for. I did overnights at Walmart once or twice when I worked there.
Yeah.
Just helping for stock stuff. But I didn't have to deal with people really.
Yeah, but the kind of people who show up, like the customers you get at Walmart at like 2, 3 a.m., they're a different kind of breed of people. That's the man who sleeps and wakes when he feels like it. Turns out humans are nocturnal. Go figure. If given the opportunity.
The only thing I miss about working at Walmart was the discount.
Yeah.
But getting 10% off is not worth being paid absolute crap. If you can go somewhere and be paid 50% more, you're technically getting a 10% discount all the time, plus some. So, yeah.
That was like the argument Stan's dad in South Park made. It's like, Dad, you're a geologist. You make way more than what you would make at Walmart. It's like, yeah, but with the discounts, it works out to be about the same. Which is
the thing you need to do is find people that have the discounts and then just like use theirs. I put clamp on this thing. Why is it not clamping?
That's something that doesn't come up very often in South Park anymore, that Randy's a geologist. Because his job changes a lot.
I don't think gobos get reloaded the same. I'm just going to do a full refresh. I'm having to do a double check. It might be that it's not from the 2 games I'd fixed.
Well, before electric lighting, people tended to go to bed at sunset and would wake up at sunrise, which was way more than anyone sleeps now.
We get way less sleep than we should nowadays.
Yeah. Because if, yeah,
okay, now it's fixed. You can see the edges.
If you're up at 2 a.m. before electric lighting, chances are you can't see shit to get anything done. Candlelight only goes so far.
Okay, there we go. So now, yeah, I can widen it, but I still have to enhance how far it goes. Should do just the width, or is it the other one? I can't remember. Oh no, they have some flexibility here. Yeah, I just don't want to have it hitting that shadow. That's the problem with doing it this way. The shadows are much stronger. But this shadow isn't really visible, so it's kind of fine. Okay, that looks okay.
If you got a full moon, yeah, you can see pretty well if you have a full moon. Well enough, anyway. It's kind of crazy going outside in an area that would normally be pitch black in the middle of the night with a full moon, and you can actually see everything you're doing.
Well, when you get like those strangely clear, like a full moon nights, we used to do that in our friends, behind our friends, on our friend's property. They had like this open field that was like tall grass and just pine trees.
Yeah.
It was very clean otherwise. And we used to go out there and do like stupid crap in the middle of the night. Because if you had like a full moon, if you were in the shade, it was pitch black.
Yeah.
But if you were out walking around, it was actually surprisingly bright. And it was really cool. And sometimes there would be a low fog from the water nearby. So it was like gorgeous, like bright blue looking and everything. It's really, really cool.
There's fewer, more beautiful things than being out in open space on a clear night with a full moon. It just gives everything this strange
what about existing in Ponyville?
I'm sure the nights are beautiful. They got a horse who works on it.
Okay, so there's that house is dirty now.
Just not the same in the city. There's a lot of things I kind of miss from living out in the country. That's one of them.
Yeah, the thing I don't miss though, it's the one reason I like living in the cities, is I like not being far from work. And like, you're technically not all that far. There are a couple of people I work with that are like 40 minutes.
It used to take an hour for me to get to work every day where I used to live.
Yeah, and it was just like, no, I wouldn't want to have to travel that much. If it's an hour, then you like both ways, it's 2 hours of your day gone just because you're like, you can save some money from being further out. Yeah. Or if you already have a job at the edge of the cities, then you could live further out and take advantage. Suburbs have their benefits.
It took me 30 minutes just to get to the highway and then another 30 minutes to get to work from there. It was,
hello, JD.
my mom likes it.
JD. Are you winning? I think so. We are actually. I found a couple of things that kind of help with the aesthetics. So we're doing dirty houses, and
that house isn't dirty. That house is molding.
No, like I put it on dark so then I can decrease it to what might work better. But I have to be careful. Like you can see this little notch here and this little notch here are the same. I don't want that, so we're just gonna move it down a little bit. Now it looks a little better. I like the dirty house thing, and I can go on top of this, so I can use like this texture as the main texture for everything, but then I can add on top of that. But I do have to be careful that I don't overdo some of this, because I could very easily cross into some other texture and start hitting something and doing something else, and I don't want to do that. Like I start doing a miscolor on some other model, and that'd be bad. Like here, actually, I missed this little line right here.
Speaking of juice box Gertie, you know what the best thing about that animation is? Her tummy. Because she like bends back and her little tummy. It's cute. Now you know.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah. Did you get Monty Python from
Just this.
From just this, because
That's impressive.
or unless you've been here and you knew. Otherwise, kudos on your amazing knowledge of Monty Python.
In relation to a screenshot.
Oh yeah, if you're looking at the title,
Oh, yes.
then yes, then that would be definitely. The other reason I'm liking the roofs more with this too is these roofs look way too shiny. And these providing that texture make it definitely fit better and everything going on.
Hello, Fidget. Welcome back.
You didn't even notice the title? Yeah, we're doing what already got here so far.
No.
It's turning out pretty good. I am happy with how this this overhaul of the lighting is looking. Originally, I did not like how it looked dim, but it didn't really look rough. And this dirt on the houses and stuff is, to me, the biggest help. But I can also see this 3 seconds rendering taking for
3 seconds,
ever.
right?
Oh no! These 3 seconds are going to be I swear the majority of the time rendering. All the other shots after this, there's not really going to be much visibility for buildings, so it's not really a problem. But it's going to be for now. So like this one, I have difficulty because of that little lip. Because I don't want to have it like... Oh, you know what? I know how to fix that.
Ponies.
I used to have a pre-made smutzer, essentially. It was a texture overlay that you could put on any horse's texture to make them dirty, and I had 2 versions of it, including some scar stuff. The problem is that is with the VN version of the models, and these are not the VN versions of the models. Now I'm using the improved one, so I'd have to go and remake those, and I felt like I did, for how I feel I am normally when it comes to that stuff, I thought I did a bang up job of it, but I would not be able to remember how I did that now. Okay, so this is coming from the bottom. So if I went from the bottom, did like, oh no, because then it's going to hit the house. Ooh.
I'll be right back.
I think what we're going to do is have to go from the top then. I'm not really worried about over here because you're not going to be able to really see that. That's on the edge of the house. What I can do is this, go to like here, and then we do cut off to like here, and then we just fade the end just a little bit, and we put that faded end right there. So then we're essentially letting it fade off over the dark area, and it helps reduce it. Okay, now I can just decrease it overall. Yeah, that looks much better. It's negative light's handy, but oh my god, they're finicky as hell. I could probably use my overlay that I made for stuff, but it's going to be a thing to deal with. I'm going to delete this one. We're going to actually copy this one. This one has the fade out where I want it to be. Or this roof, doing the same thing. Be careful on that side roof. That doesn't look too bad. Yes. This will be an easy one. Anything in the sun. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now I have to an image in my head of Fluttershy and a Dom outfit saying dirty pound, dirty pound. I can see that happening. Fluttershy definitely wears leather. Wonder what that would look like an image animation though. No. I already have her swearing. It's her being naughty. Okay, there's just a little bit of a dark area under there I'm trying to get rid of. I have to worry about the top of the roof too. Yeah, if I just trim this a little bit more. There. Yeah, now it works. Okay. You did not type that twice? It's hard to prove otherwise. Do we need to quote that one too? Is this another rainbow is fat? Quote. Is that like I think it's like goes 5, 6, 9.
Quoting what? No.
Nope.
That's not.
I don't think that was it.
Are you sure that's not the one you were looking for? I'm not. I came back to this.
I don't remember the number, and now I feel like I'm gonna give my weirdness.
I think you should keep trying.
Nah, I think I'm good.
It's good that he found what he was looking for.
Barely noticeable, but it's still important to cover. Mm-hmm. See, I'm reminding myself of the stupid stuff that I do.
No.
The point of the quotes is to do that.
Quotes are always great. Most of the time. No, I said most time. Don't pick it. Don't do it. No. I would like to remind anyone I was under duress. I was forced to say that against my will.
Yep. I bet they were.
Unlike his quote.
No, mine was under duress.
I don't remember this.
It's like you were not forced to say you killed Derpy. That one was not forced.
She got better.
You didn't quote that.
Got better.
I think.
The quotes.
I think you just truthfully want Derpy dead.
He's fine, and I'll prove it. I told you. Next stream.
Kill the Derpy, kill the Derpy.
Oh, I just died. Oh, that quote. That's one of the more recent quotes.
I do like that one. You didn't even say it. You typed it.
The question was, what would you say to a person about to eat a whole pumpkin? That's what I would say to them. I think I cooked a pumpkin once or twice here, and then I'm the only one who ever eats it.
I just don't like it. I don't think it's good.
It's a bland squash, sure enough.
Yeah, well then why did you get it?
Because it's pumpkin. It's a seasonal thing. You're supposed to enjoy the season with lots of pumpkin. And it's super easy to cook. You just cut it in half, you get the scoop it out, and you just stick it in the oven for a couple hours. Oh my god.
Why is your car alarm going off again? Why does it go off every day? His car alarm's going off. I think it happened during the stream too.
I had to start walking this way. It's like, I can't hear it. I can hear it.
It went off yesterday too.
It's been doing it more and more. I need to just pull the car alarm. Nobody pays attention to those things.
But why?
I think one of the door sensors is faulty. Sometimes I think somebody's opening the door.
It hasn't went off in the middle of the night that I'm aware.
That I'm aware.
Yeah. Guess that is the key word.
It's generally like an hour after I park it. Seems.
It's just lonely.
The bunnies are trying to break in. I wouldn't put past them. They're building an army out there. Bunnies and squirrels. So many fuzzy rodents. I like how humanity has decided things are either cute or disgusting based on how fuzzy it is, and two, whether or not it's trying to get into your house.
Veritasium did is it Veritasium did something about that? No, it was Kyle Hill did a video about that, about the bugs, like
Bugs.
But we're getting to a point over the last 20-30 years where the amount of bugs that are around have decreased by like 50 or 60%. And that's a problem.
Yeah,
because they are an important part of the cycle of everything, but nobody really cares because less bugs is a good thing to them. Like they're less annoyance of a thing. And also because they're not cute.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to save certain things that are fluffy and cute.
Yeah.
Or that are big and noticeable, but when the bugs are dying, even if they're important in an ecosystem, they're like, well, I don't want to say bugs. They're
ladybugs.
Even then,
like ladybugs.
People, yeah, but if they suddenly said that they were going extinct, they probably still wouldn't care compared to big fluffy things.
Big fluffy ladybugs. You can do it. We have the science. They would probably be like the focal point of a horror movie. Mold is fuzzy, therefore it is cute. Let it into your house. Yes. Cute mold. I will pet it. And then die from some sort of cancer.
Oh, look at the mold.
You know what? I blame the mayor.
The mayor?
for the state of this town.
Oh, she's kingpin. She runs everything.
I mean, this whole town has suddenly turned into the reason people start homeowners associations. Not that I let the town fall apart before I'd be one of those, but
A lot of times, if you're buying into a place, you don't really have a choice. If that's the place you want and that's the place you're going to get.
no, that's not going to be the place I want if it's in a homeowners association.
It's going to become harder and harder to find a place that does.
Yeah, well. Ooh. Mind their own business. I want to build a giant derpy statue in my front lawn. I should be allowed to.
You can. You just have to pay more for a place that doesn't have an association then. And you'll have to spend more time doing other work.
Like
Certain amounts of yard work and certain things that are on the outside of the house that normally would be covered by the association would no longer be covered by the association.
fine. But you're
So,
wrong.
I mean, it's just for a lot of people not having to deal with that some of that stuff is worth the cost because the amount of like say there's yard work and they charge $200 a month, but then when you get a house, you get to get a lawnmower and take care of the lawn and do all the stuff with that. That's an expense that maybe not $200 worth, but it will be close to. They'll cover part of your house insurance, so that's covered. Every now and then you just have to deal with some Nazi leader in an association that will make you hate life.
Yeah, that is the fear. But I'm going to be outside most of the time anyways. 'Cause didn't you hear me? Giant derpy statue.
Like the last association I was in at our last place, not bad. The leaders changed like 3 times while we were there because like the one guy was retiring from doing it because he was older, and so they handed it to somebody else that then moved out like 3 months later, and then somebody else took over, and then I think it got tossed to somebody else that didn't really want it, but at least she was competent. So
We need to get a pony fountain for outside. I bet we could get a 3D print it and then just hook up a motor, a pump, and then you could have a pony just.
there are still laws about
like
by the
water
state.
mouths
I mean, like
of a pony pond.
you still have to have a yard that is still decently maintained. You can't let it go to absolute crap.
I don't see
You
how
can't have safety hazards. Technically, the state also states when you have to bring in your recycling bins. You
Yeah.
can't just leave them on the street. You're given, I think, a 24-hour thing. They don't really ever enforce it. But technically, if you were causing other problems, it gives them an out for giving you.
None of this stops me from having a pony fountain, though. Let's see if one exists. No pony fountains. We need one. I need a pony statue that just shoots water.
Just shoots water.
Yeah. Like the one that just shoots water out of its mouth. Really cute.
You can buy the fountain.
Okay.
We can't put it up though.
But no, that would be the whole point.
Let's see. Then now you're asking for a lot. It's really getting the windows and everything dirty. It's not really doing the house. Like that gets the house dirty, but then it's dark. So if I lighten it up, then it disappears again.
I need to make like a concrete mold.
And that'll work. I think I'm gonna just go with that right there. Yeah. I probably don't need to worry about the front of that house. It's at this angle, not going to matter. This house definitely needs it, though. I don't remember that house being that close. I can just see it clipping right at the bottom there. I could probably add some extra bushes and stuff, but we'll see.
No pony fountains. But there is a pony Statue of Liberty.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll do it just one more over there, I think, just to cover it. And then I think we're pretty good on the dirtiness.
I just need unlimited funds and unlimited time. Now I'm gonna make lots of weird stuff. Make my own pony fountain.
Kind of like that, just darkens it up a bit. Like it's a spooky something.
You know, spookies.
Oh, maybe that is a little too dark.
It is a nice for the nap time card. They're gonna get lots of sleep.
Sure. Okay. Now I am happy with the buildings.
Yes.
That is going to require a lot of, like, this shot. I have to bring a lot. Well, this shot isn't actually final anyway. Yeah, I'll have to put some of the dirt in the houses, but here, anything that you see in this shot doesn't actually have to tie to anything that we're going to zoom in on. It can be anything. So, like here, it doesn't matter if it was something visible in the first shot or not. So, but I will have to add some of the dirt to those shots and to these shots, because you can see the behind them in the some of the buildings, so that's going to have to be done too. But now that I know the feel of what this is going to be, and I'm going to color this red because this is essentially locked in from like a perspective, whatever.
Sunset. We just need to start the trend. No more garden gnomes. It's garden ponies.
Make something when I need to spare. Do you know how to like carve concrete pony sculptures?
You don't carve concrete pony sculptures. You make a mold and you pour concrete into it.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Now if you got a 3D printer.
A 3D printer to print a mold for concrete? Concrete sounds big. I don't think you can 3D print a mold that big.
You could snap together pieces, and you would probably use a sand mold.
I mean, really, you could just make it out of something other than concrete. Make it out of like clay, then get
that would be much harder.
No, but then you can mold it to that. Like you can take the actual mold material, get it to that model, and then you can fill that with concrete.
Yeah,
that's probably the easiest way to do it.
A sand mold, but you would need a base model.
How about your mom? She's a model.
No. I love her, but no. Garden ponies. Yeah, I think that's what you need in your garden with your flowers. Some concrete garden ponies.
I do?
Yeah. Just around the house. You could have them hiding in the flowers and stuff. That should be a thing. I bet this would sell at cons, but holy crap.
How would they get it back?
Concrete statues to conventions. Nobody could get those back. Unless maybe they drove and then left one of their friends behind.
Don't ask bronies to leave their friends behind for pony merch. It's all about friendship is magic until there's merch.
Yes. I'm sorry, but you have to stay here. My pony merch is more important. There's pony statues, but they're not MLP statues. Very upsetting. Definitely be a thing. It's just garden ponies. No more garden gnomes. The hard part would be making the mold. Once you have the mold, you could just start pumping out ponies.
Yeah, you pump them ponies.
Mm-hmm. You have to paint them. That shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, so lighting wise, I'm kind of okay with it. I feel like say for this shot, I have the fog. The fog is going in weird directions. So we need to first get rid of all the fog going this way, because this means nothing. So 64 through 79. This fog and this fog is not important either. So this is 80 through 111.
Well, you don't have to print off the pony as one piece. You can print them off. You can, if you're clever, you can have snappable pieces that snap together. Create the master. The 1 foot.
I thought you are the master.
Right. I'm the master
of pony.
I wish I had a 3D printer, but they're kind of expensive. And
I've thought about something like that. The only reason I haven't is because the space needed.
Yeah.
If you want a decent one, they're not small. Yeah. Once get the garage outside storage filled, if I can get rid of some of the stuff in here, I might be able to open up some stuff in the maintenance room.
I'm not using that spot for nothing.
I'm not gonna have just stuff printing behind me.
There.
No.
Nothing there. It's blank space.
For now.
Could be ponies over there.
It could be
There's
ponies.
Not nearly enough ponies in this room. Too many dragons.
You just have bad taste.
And a chicken.
There's a chicken, yes. I feel like you have a
dolphin.
A problem with the chicken.
That chicken is evil. We've been over this.
I think you just are misunderstood each other. He has spent a lot of time studying you as you sleep, so he knows you pretty well, and you haven't given him that same treatment.
I do dream of
cheese
eating chicken. I think I was snoring something crazy last night too. I can tell when I snore an extra bunch. My throat was like raw.
Nice.
Yeah. Buzz.
Yeah, I've already done these cleaned up pretty good. I think I can get rid of those two buildings back here though. These two aren't visible, right? No, they're behind stuff. There are companies that will 3D cut blocks with the 3D wire cutter, perfect for larger sculptures. Ah, okay. Cheers, sir.
Sunset, trust me, it's just another one of those ideas in my head of something I want to do, but don't have the time.
I feel like 3D printers, they're still pricey if you want a decent one, but for what they are, what they can do and stuff, I feel like they're actually reasonable.
I just wish you could use like the plastic from 2-liter bottles and stuff. Just grind it up.
I've heard of
make
some
it into
that
filament.
you can do stuff like that, but the like plastic can only be reused so many times,
Yeah.
and that stuff is not. You probably have to mix it still with something else. That's what if it was already a recycled bottle, it's not going to work the same as a fresh bottle.
Like, it would be so much cheaper if, like, you could just, like, oh, I want to make some ponies, and then you just go out and collect some plastic bottles. And people start recycling like crazy if they could just print off waifus all day. Like, plastic pollution would be solved overnight. It's like...
Yeah, well, kind of. So, yeah, pollution would be solved, except for now we're covering everything in plastic courses.
Yeah.
What do we got to do when those got to get rid of?
No, why would you ever?
Eventually you got it, Michael. Because the new horses come out, and then you got to make space for all the new horses.
No, I saw the new horses. I wasn't thrilled. Zip is okay, and Queen Haven's a gem. It's all about wild mains now, chat. This is a Wild Mains channel. He doesn't know it yet, but this is now a Wild Mains channel. I wonder if there's Wild Mains source filmmaker models yet. That'd be cool. I want there to be. No other reason than because madness. I typed in wild mares. That got a different result. I'm gonna click images.
I'm going to ask you not to be looking up at the Granny's Gone Wild.
It's a good episode. Look at the wild mares. Look at 'em. Crazy.
No. You're not looking up Mare's Gone Wild or something.
Oh, I should add gone? Mare's Gone Wild. What is that good? Oh, okay. See, that's a mixture of MLP stuff. And then
There was the first thing I saw in there looked like a child.
no, it's a woman. There's definitely like some anthroponies, which is weird. Mostly just horses, though. Okay, what was I looking for again? Oh, wild mains, that's right. I got very sidetracked. I guess they didn't want to call it wild mares for a reason. Even though I'm pretty sure that show is just mares. I don't think there's stallions in that show.
That sounds like your show.
You think? No, I don't know that there's any source filmmaker models yet. I don't think anybody's cared enough. Bummer. What the Hay is Wild Mains? It's another horse show that's very much trying to like capitalize on the existing audience for Gen 5 by being a very similar show with an even lower brow, but it's not very good. I've only seen the very first episode, but I've heard things from friends. They got some MLP VAs in it. Gen 4, Gen 5, because I wouldn't surprise me with Gen 5. Gen 4, it might surprise me. Like if suddenly Tabitha St. Germain is doing wild mains, I'll lift an eyebrow to that. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't know who any of the new voice actors are. I don't know any of their names.
For Gen 5 stuff?
For Gen 5. The movie, some of them, I remember, but the series, no. Like, I could tell you Ashley Ball, Tabitha St. Germain, Tara Strong, and...
Yeah, but they went multiple years, while the new ones have only had a couple seasons.
Yeah, but through 2 different shows and movie.
feel like this is still a little brighter. I might up. Is it this one? Oh, that's the filler one.
That I'm forgetting the name of the voice actor for Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. Her name. Oh, I should know that. It's bothering me now.
She's been at so many conventions.
Tabitha is in Wild Mains, I think. Gotta check that.
You're not a real brony anymore. You have to give up your card.
Because I don't keep track of Tabitha's work history.
No, I thought you were talking about the voice actor for Pinky.
No. Oh, yeah. What is
No, you can't look it up.
I'm not looking it up.
You were looking it
I
up.
was looking up Tabitha's thing for Wild Mains.
You're looking up who Tabitha is?
No, I know who Tabitha is. It's Ashley Ball, Tabitha, Tara Strong, and she sang. She did a singer. She was in a band. What's her name?
She says I have a signed thing from her upstairs.
I do too. I have a couple signed things from her, and I've forgotten her name. What is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm blanking. Give me a hint.
Go say all the voice actors for the main six and who their character is.
Tara Strong's Twilight. Tabitha St. Germain is Derpy, Luna, and Rarity, primarily. Ashley Ball is Rainbow Dash and Rainbow Dash and Applejack. And Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie are Spike is Kathleen Westlock.
Well, you remember Spike?
Yeah. Kathleen Westlock. And then there's Andrea Lippman. Thank you, Ice.
No, see, I thought you got it, and then I looked down and it's like you cheated.
Andrea Lippman. I'm sorry, I blanked on Andrea. I feel bad.
You gotta give up your horse card.
I feel bad. Anyway, I need to check that Tabitha thing. If she's actually in Wild Mains, I'll become mildly intrigued. What is she now? She does a lot of Ninjago and Sunburst Unicorn, Kit Fox Pup. She does a voice of Sun. Lost in an endless desert, an injured teenager adopts the identity of a mystical unicorn to survive surreal encounters and rescue his father from the Cactus King.
Ooh, Cactus King.
Sunburnt Unicorn. Interesting. Tabitha has a type.
A what?
Type of thing she likes.
Oh, I thought you were like being like hitting on Tabitha.
I mean,
Ooh, she has a type.
if she'd let me.
Speak to me as Derby.
Strawberry shortcake. That doesn't surprise me because I think that's what Big Jim's primary thing is now. And friends tend to hire friends. I don't see anything about Wild Mains on here, so. And she's 59. I was curious. For some reason I thought she was older.
Wow.
I just thought she was. I'm not saying anything bad. It's just in my brain. It was a billion years ago. I mean, she's only what 19 years old, 20 years older. That's not a big gap. I don't think.
It's not a big gap. I think it'll work.
It'll make it work. Nah, she could have it. She famous. And probably married, but I have no idea.
That was never stopped you.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Oh, awful.
Wow.
Mm.
Train?
There's a train. Worse than my car. Or just, I don't know which. I don't think she's married. She's not, so there we go.
Well, there you go, Michael. You're both the same age, so it's perfect.
She did give me a Tootsie Roll once. I'm pretty sure she was hitting on me.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? She was giving Tootsie Rolls to everybody, but mine was special.
Is this like a code word?
It could be. But it was a Tootsie Roll. She's fun. She's one of the most fun people to have at the convention. Her and Ellie. Though Ellie was squirting us with like squirt gun.
Yeah, Ellie could be a bit much. Like,
You want to get squirted with a squirt gun?
yeah, there's because some of that people can find funny, but there's some people that will very much not find that funny. And yeah, you can see like, oh, have a sense of humor, but some people it's just they don't like water and they don't like doing that. They're trying to be to just watch, and it's some people are going to enjoy one, some people are going to enjoy it a different way, and you can't please everybody. But
Like Ellie played Miss Main, but I'm pretty sure the only reason she goes to a lot of cons is because she's following along with Tabitha. Which I think Tabitha's the one who got her the voice acting position in the first place. They are very good friends, which is great. They are very much like one another. It's bizarre. Shove the water all the way up the butt. Yep, that is a weirdly timed quote. Good job, Silver. You play that game anymore? You were playing it like mad for a while.
what game?
Against the Storm.
No, I haven't played it in a while, but I was I think I was 2 seals from the end out of 6, but some of the runs start taking a long time, and they have had a lot of new content coming out.
Try to keep up.
No, not that, not as much. It's been like every couple months they come out with some new stuff, and it's not big, but they have their new DLC coming out with I think a new species.
It's ponies.
But I was just doing some achievement farming for a bit. I was this close to getting the hardest achievement of the game, which was to end it with everybody's needs fulfilled and everybody at like max happiness. Basically everything is maxed out at the or not by the end of the game, but sometime in the game everybody's maxed. The problem is if everything's maxed, the progress meter goes super quick, which means that by the time you're actually able to do all the things you need to, you're probably this close to the end of the game. And if that means you have to like let everything, you're like keeping them from eating the good food, you're forcibly keeping them down until like suddenly you just immediately make a utopia by enabling everything. It's goofy. And I was like 3 seconds short of one thing being at its top before the game ended. So I got a bunch of achievements for hitting top on a bunch of things, but that one thing, because I think it's like less than 1% of people have that achievement. I was so close. You have to try for that achievement though. There's really no way.
I don't like achievements you have to try for. Achievements should happen on their own. And if they're not, then they shouldn't be achievements.
It's an achievement because it's a fun, neat way to win the game, because you're basically going to have to win if you can do that. But it's like it's like Frostpunk in that way where it's a puzzle. Because you're like, okay, I got that and that'll work really well. So you're prepping and you're putting all the pieces in place and then you're knocking over the domino. And then you're just watching it happen and hoping that you don't win fast enough. So it was neat. I liked it for that.
Yeah.
Lighting this is going to be a little tough because Trixie takes a different bright. Putting an orange light on blue is not... Because I'm putting orange because I want to make it like the dirt that's around. I kind of want to make that look fit in. So I'm putting orange on one side and then blue on the other. But orange on her is going to be very dim, while orange on Applejack's going to glow. So I need to actually split these in two. Thankfully, for the angles that I'm playing at, it's super easy to do that. And also, thankfully, Applejack and the dead one are both of similar color sequences, so I don't have to worry about.
You did that on purpose. Whatever. She's not dead. She's just going on the nap time cart. You keep forgetting.
Oh, yep, that was totally.
He's rude. He's rude, chat.
Okay, so that one's done. So now for Applejack, I'm going to do kind of similar. There's going to be some kind of orange light a little bit from the front of her face. Because it needs to come from the same direction. But this one, I need to cut on and get it past Trixie. And the nice thing is, all the camera angles for this same shot tend to be about the identical everything. My only concern with this right now is this shading I'm not a huge fan of. Which main light? I think it's that one. That one's not even doing anything really. Okay, so it's this one mainly. So where is this looking? It is from their front. Okay. So what I need to do is probably just shift this a little bit. Am I actually moving it? Yeah. Down. I thought I'm looking more at your faces now. Hold on. Where is everything?
My booze is gone. Should probably just not drink another one.
I wasn't going to. We drank a lot on Sunday.
I did have a hangover Monday morning.
I had a lot of hydrates, so I didn't really have a hangover, but I still drank too much. Cheers, Nolan. I do have some light.
I had a hangover, but by the time I got my coffee, it was gone. But it was an unpleasant morning.
I'm gonna move this down so that it's smooth. Oh, I did.
Silver, why are you trying to enable my alcoholism? I'd like to say I'm not an alcoholic, but that sounds like something an alcoholic would say. It's a trap.
What is this shot? Oh, this shot probably has all the fog still. Yep, we can get rid of basically all of this, and essentially all of that. I'm just going to do this one first. So we have 80 through 120.
No, Silver, it's better I don't drink because I have stuff I need to do after this.
Horse?
No. I work
Workout?
out. I'm actually very happy because today is when I consider my workout goes from prepping to actually properly working out. everything I like over the last month I've been doing. It's month plus. It's just been prep. Making sure I don't hurt myself in my old bones by working my way up to a decent point.
This one's still running a little slow. Well, probably because I still have... Well, this isn't that many fogs. But I don't need this many fogs. We can get rid of probably all these ones.
I've been doing push-ups and sit-ups every day, Silver. And I'm still big. Just how it goes.
It's only been like a month.
Yeah, but it's every day for a month. I don't think I will. Yeah, you know what? Today's is when it starts in earnest, so. Takes a lot of time. It takes like 45 minutes a day. Finding that 45 minutes is a little hard sometimes, admittedly. I need to get into a shape. I think I'm just amorphous.
You are a shape.
It's amorphous. It's not a shape. It's a blob. The blob doesn't have shape. It just kind of blobs
The
out.
thing.
Yeah.
You're like a melting Muppet.
Yeah. No, that's apt. Yeah, it probably didn't help that yesterday my work paid for lunch and I had like 4 sandwiches. Like, it was like Jimmy John's. They
You made 4 Jimmy Johns?
No, they were like slices like this big, and I ate like 4 of them.
Oh.
And I thought that was a ton, and then I found out my
sense.
coworkers ate 6 of these. One of them made 7. I'm like, how?
Like, I didn't have breakfast this morning, and I've been kind of having breakfast. So when I got to lunch, I was pretty hungry, and I had a bigger lunch. But at that point, I hadn't eaten in like 14, 15 hours. So
I had a breakfast burger. Burger for breakfast. Delicious.
Okay, so just for how dirty that looks. Actually,
I mean, I don't know what happened to it, Nolan. We looked, asked around, tried to find what happened to it. No idea. We never got the Firehouse gift card.
yeah, I never saw anything myself.
We actually had a package I had to pick up from the previous residence we lived at because somebody sent it to the wrong address. Sent it to our old address. Luckily for us, we know the guy who bought the place, but... And it was weird driving over there after all this time.
I wouldn't be surprised if just like gift cards or such things sent in the mail are so obvious in a normal envelope that they're just people see it as worth the risk.
Yeah. I feel like they have to be careful around Christmas, though, because that's when I get most of the gift cards from, like...
Our mail can be annoying though, because I put something in the mail on Saturday morning, and they just took it today. So they didn't mail doesn't run Sunday, but it didn't take a Saturday or Monday. Because if we don't have any mail for our box, since it's a walk house to house, they'll go partially through the lawn, and if they look through and they don't see anything, they don't even look at the mailbox. They'll just keep going. And I'm like, dude, like some stuff has to be postmarked on certain dates. So I think I might be missing out on some of my money from Menards.
You won't be able to save big money.
I'm not going to save as much because I'm going to be short of my days.
Tell Chan's playing 7 Days to Die.
He lost 105 last year, but due to medical issues, put on 32 back in this year. Plus, I fell off the wagon and started drinking Cokes again. Yeah, sugar's a crack.
Caffeine's crack. Leave the sugar. Give me caffeine.
Yeah, but you said nards. You said Menards.
Menards.
Hope the Maltese enjoyed their subs. Well, or they resold it. Who knows? Or got lost. Who knows? Things like that can happen. But if I had to take a guess as to what happened, yeah, okay, so the orange that's on this side, it feels like the main when it hits it is a little bit bright. I like it on her, and it's minor. but it really helps because you're by dirt and ground. Any light that does hit it is going to bounce back up and it's going to be kind of dirt. But I don't like how this one's turning out so far with it, because like this is way too bright on her neck.
I know it would help the lighting.
No smooches.
Not smooches, but if Pear Butter was wearing socks, I think that would really help kind of like break up the.
But then why?
A little bit.
Is that why? Oh, it's her death socks. So they're black. She's ready for her funeral.
You know what?
It's covered in blood because she murdered her husband.
If it means she gets to wear socks, then yes. Absolutely, you should put them on right now. Red and black socks.
Ooh, she's going edgy OC.
Yeah. We have a blender. I think we've used it twice. I think it's my blender.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we have a ninja that can work as a blender too.
Yeah. There's just not much call for blenders in this house.
Yeah, there's not much that I would think of that I would ever need a blender for. And how have you thought of anything that you're like, you know what, we really need right now? Blender.
I remember I bought it for hot dogs, and I never used it.
But hot dogs are already blended meat.
Yeah, but it was the taco thing. You know the story.
Yeah.
I thought I could make like taco meat, but chopping up hot dogs, but just pureed the hot dogs. So I used it the one time, and then I put it away, and like it just is around now. Blend of the program is quite useful. I remember my mom used to use them all the time when we were a kid, but I can't remember what for. I think it was the only way you could get crushed ice before fridges just came with ice crushers. They're like margaritas. Or people put fruit in them sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I see blenders being most useful for, is like fruit stuff.
I mean, if you want to mix stuff, it's a pretty convenient way. Like, it's good for pancakes. I've seen them used for that before. You just put all the stuff you need for the pancake mixture, and then you just pour it out like a pitcher.
But that sounds like a lot of cleanup still. Blenders are not exactly the easiest thing to
They're not hard.
get fully cleaned.
They mostly disassemble and you can put them in the dishwasher. The parts that get dirty. Just that, yeah. Sounds like a pain to pull it out. It's a nice electric mixer that already has its own bowl that you can pour like a pitcher out. Maybe I should be using it more for that purpose. But I don't really do pancakes or waffles that often anymore. She looks so like she's listening intently. Like, yes, I hear you. You were saying mean stuff to your mom. Oh, that's the hooves angle.
Just adjusting the underlight. Just her underlight is so much more different. I probably almost need to drop the amount of red that it has, and just because otherwise it feels like you're just burning the orange instead of just making it brighter. Where if you just add white, technically you're increasing the orange. Like there, that looks a bit better. I could probably increase it a little bit more.
So every time I think about this scene we're working on, I realize Pear Butter's just there listening to her daughter, not wanting to die. The more I must emphasize.
Thank you for so okay for 3 years. That's a big number.
Given
She's ate 36 sandwiches.
A lot of sandwich. But the more I must emphasize that you put on the card, sleepy time card, because then it's sad if Pear Butter's dead.
It's not sad if she's dead. It's the truth.
It's sad. She go sleep. She's not just sleeping on the sleepy time card. Look, there's no more hooves. That hoof shot. Look what hooves right there.
I'm going to. But how's Soul Kitty doing?
That's some pony tummy.
We're gonna take this. We're gonna then paste it. Yeah. And I'm gonna do. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna copy this one. We're gonna do a specific underlight for Applejack that is just less red.
No, they're not dead.
It's gonna be. Oof. The last shot is gonna be a little bit difficult then because they do cross paths a little bit, so the lighting means it's gonna be a little more complex. But that looks way better not being so burnt red. I think I can probably turn it up a little bit then. Yeah. I got an email.
Nobody gets emails.
Well, some of the things I ordered from Etsy is at the Canadian Post.
Video games?
It's the pixel art of the Mario and Sonic wall arts.
It's cool. The Mario one's cool. I was
They're both really cool.
Kid.
Still looking for a TV. Yeah, I know you asked. I kind of gave my input, but like TVs nowadays, you really can't go wrong with anything. You can definitely get better TVs, but almost like a TCL TV you'll be happy with. TV tech hasn't really improved. Like it used to be like you get a big TV and it could be, it's super expensive, but even big TVs are cheap now. Some of the tech of getting like OLED or QD-OLED or higher refresh rate, those are nice to haves, and that'll be more expensive, but that just depends on your need. People are saying OLEDs. Well, okay, it depends. What do you want to do with it? Canadian Post and preacher ministers directly in their jurisdiction. Yeah, we're in charge of the Canadian Post.
Oh, wow.
I feel like this is a little bit right, but it actually feels right. Just watch movies, games, and to watch football games. Okay, so for the movies, are you streaming it or are you playing Blu-rays or like UHDs? For games, are you playing it on a console that is capable of like 120 frames per second or and is able to utilize it, or is it you're playing on like a console that can only hit 60? Because those are important too.
Maybe it's just future proofing.
Yeah, but tech for like OLED and stuff is going to get cheaper and cheaper. So buying we're kind of past the point where OLED was a adoption fee.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as bad as it was.
Here I am upstairs with just your old television. That's my computer monitor. And I'm just up there until 1 a.m. watching episodes of Hell's Kitchen.
Netflix, Disney Plus, and then using my console for DVD and Blu-rays. So if you're planning to watch DVD and Blu-rays, that means that you can get good HDR and good video quality. So you probably would notice a difference if you went really cheap. If you just did Netflix and Disney Plus, it's probably not going to matter. But if you're gaming, like, are you doing PC gaming or console gaming? And is that console capable of 4K 120?
I don't know that there's any console. Maybe the newest ones.
Because the difficulty with like PC or anything is 4K 120 is a very heavy data intensity. So if your computer's really far away or the console doesn't have the right cabling, it's not going to be able to give a good signal for it. But and then into like what size you're looking for, because if you for games and movies, OLED is really good for, I would say, for games, because you usually have a lot of things on your interface that are high contrast differences, and even the fanciest normal LED TVs use lighting zones that will always cause a little bit of that light to go past that high contrast area, where an OLED is going to be much sharper, and your eyes are always going to have a little bit of fuzziness at the edges. Just how I would work. But I'm going to try to get a 77 inch. Since you said 77, it means you've already done research, because that's about the biggest you can find on OLEDs normally. If you're doing 77, I would probably not go OLED, because that's expensive. But like if you were doing 55 or so, OLED is pretty good, competitive. But if you're doing 77, that's way too expensive. We got an 85-inch QD OLED in one of the other rooms, and it was cheaper by a few $100s than buying a 77 OLED. So we gained like 8 inches, and we got one of the top end. I get a big discount from work for Samsung. That's why we did it. If you get like a fancy QLED or QD, not QD OLED, QD LED Samsung, they're actually really nice, and gaming on them is really nice. We've had no problems with it. It looks really good, and they're competitively priced. If you go to like the OLEDs, that's where you're going to be paying like $1,000 more. Yeah, the LG G4 series, like 5,000. No, I think when we got our 85, it was like 1,500. No, well, I was going to get a 1,500, but then like the sale stopped on it, or they ran out of the older model, so I had to buy a newer model, and so I had to up it. But I think so, maybe 1,800, but that was also using my work discount, which was like $400 off. So yeah, get like last year's Samsung top end QD LED. You could get like a 75, 85 inch for probably around 2K, but you will be happy with it. I really like our big TV. It's heavy, and when you get it, ours was bent.
The first time.
I don't think I have it on this phone.
I'm looking for ponies right now.
But yeah, I don't think I have it on this one, because I think when we got the TV it was after this. But I might have the pictures somewhere. It was just, they're so big that they're easy to get damaged. Yeah, they're not here because it's 2020. No, 2022 might. Oh yeah, here. Yeah. That was how it came in. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking that. And so, yeah, I shipped it back, and it took a couple more weeks to get it all sorted out than I wanted. But it did get sorted out.
They bent it good. That was a bummer, I remember. That was not as big of a bummer.
Yeah, the Neo QLED, that's what I'm talking about. Not QD LED, it's Neo QLED. And that's not the only one we had damaged, actually. I had to return 2.
It just takes one person working in the pose that just does not care. Like, I'm just gonna set this big heavy box on top of this thin long box. So
I always am big on if things come in, I will take pictures of the box before you open it. I worked in damaged freight. It's always a good idea too. This one had a crack across the top. So we had to return that one too. And that was a replacement for one that I had left in the car when we were moving, and was left out in the sun, and it broke. It would turn on, it would work, but it had giant splotches all over the front that were burned in from the heat. So I got rid of that one, got this one, cracked. I didn't get damaged like that. It more than likely, from the top of the box here, This is the top. Yeah, this is the one inside. Something just really, really thin hit it really hard, and it just was enough to get through all the insulation and smacked it and gave it a good old crack. So yeah,
I remember pulling that one out of the car, and when I left the car, and when we couldn't even touch it. It was so hot.
I was trying to think, like, what is that? I like this on horse department.
Our show manager. Yeah, and I had this look on my face and this thought going through my head while we were touching it. We couldn't even touch it with our bare hands. So this television is in trouble.
So the difference between OLED and QLED is, OLED is where there's no backlight. Each individual pixel is self-lighting. So you get inky, pure black, and the pixel itself is only thing being lit. For games and stuff, OLED is the best thing that you can possibly get. For movies, it is basically the best you can get, but you do pay for it. And there's a potential for burn-in, though. With the technology over the last couple of years, it's not as much of a worry. It's still going to last you many, many years. QLED and a lot of the micro LED stuff that's coming out is just a different tech, but a lot of it is making like smaller quantum pixels that are just much smaller, and that they leave the area around that pixel black then. So it can still get closer to black by just being a much smaller. And it means that if you get closer to the TV, it can start looking more pixely. With a big TV might not be the greatest thing, but normally you shouldn't be sitting like right in front of the TV anyway. I think for a 85 inch, it's like 9 feet minimum to be away. But the QLED then still needs a backlight. So they do light zones. And so it says that, like, say they'll have 1,500 light zones. What that's saying is that there's 1,500 zones of light that, based on what is on the screen, will only light those zones. So that if it is a dark other part of the scene, it'll just dim those lights and it'll look really close to pure black. But then anywhere that light pops up, you can start maybe seeing this little like movement of like this like light flashing and like moving around the screen, trying to stay with it. So for high contrast things, you might notice that a little bit, but for movies, it really doesn't matter because most stuff isn't high contrast. It's usually everything's kind of all over the place and you won't really notice it that much. And if you have a really bright object against a really black background, your eye's already going to have a bloom that you can see on there. So it's already going to be bloomed. For the price difference, I think and this was about 2 years ago, so the technology has probably improved since then. I think the Neo QLED stuff is really good. I've for a movie watching TV and for general gaming, no problem at all. I like my OLED for other game stuff, but that's a monitor, not a TV. But yeah, I would recommend, if you want to get fancy, just do a Neo QLED. I think I do have pictures of him, Michael, with the pinball machine.
I don't really good picture of Sunny.
I think those are on my phone though, because I think he bought that after that. Yes, this is going to be a little rough, but this is also before we had to do the maintenance in the basement. But that's Michael's pinball machine. I was like, let me go, and there we go. Let's see.
Yes, I'm playing pinball. I'm probably going to fiddle with it a little bit after this. Water. I'm playing it.
I don't have the audio on it for it. It's really weird to like put up a phone to. Oh no, it's confused. Yeah, so it's been moved like 6 times, I think.
It's kind of moved around a bit. Yeah.
So yeah, I was looking at these old pictures. I found this, and I love this. This isn't Game Informer, but Electronic Gaming Monthly, the original issue for Halo 2 coming out. I still have that in storage.
Was it pricey? What do you consider pricey, Soul Kitty?
This the hot 10 for the year: Jade Empire, Final Fantasy 12, Prince of Persia. Yeah, Legend of Zelda for GameCube. Like it's a fun trip through history. I wish I would have gotten some more of these magazines. I used to have a ton. I must have got rid of them.
It was more than 5K.
5K is pricey. No, I wouldn't go 5K. 5K for a TV.
No, he's talking about the pinball machine.
Oh, the pinball. No, it's more than 5K.
Yeah.
Not much more.
It's 7K.
I thought it was just short of.
Well,
6,800 or something.
999.
But it came with delivery.
Yeah.
The benefit of paying cash.
The benefit of paying cash. I paid less because I paid cash. It was definitely one of those, like, making the child in my brain happy moments. And it's a cool machine. I really do.
Oh no, it is really cool. It's pricey, but there's certain things that you can't just replicate with like
The digital ones.
Yeah, because you can get the digital ones, but it's not the same. It is a nifty machine. Once we get there's a couple things I still want to do downstairs here before, but I want to get some pictures for everybody of some of the arcade setup we got going on down here. We got our retro gaming setup. We're getting all the arcade stuff was moved, and we're going to be putting in some other lights and stuff for it. Getting it done is going to take quite a while, but I'm pretty happy with where it is. I guess it is just
one of his sunset, and he didn't even notice. Nothing.
Is that a Nerf gun I see in the background? Oh yeah, that one. So that there's actually a couple. One. We'll go do this. So we'll go up, and then we'll zoom. Boom. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so those are the ones. I want to get a few more. I just
2 Halo and 1
they're
Fallout.
some of them be pricey. So come on, move back this way. Yeah, that's too much. There we go. So we have the Needler. They're both Nerf Needler Nerf gun, and the Halo assault rifle Nerf gun, and then there's the what do you call it?
Plasma pistol.
The plasma pistol. Yeah.
From Fallout.
By the way,
He needs to get the grav gun. Maybe just a crowbar. Some Half-Life stuff.
that's the wrong one. I want to go to. Where am I in Jackbox? What's going on here? There we go.
We're playing Jackbox?
No, I was in the Jackbox profile, and that had the BRB on the different spot. So I'm like, what's going on? There we go. How many tickets does Michael have to win in the pinball machine to boot if we win Derby ones? Nice thing, he disabled money, so that's nice.
Yes, I'm not making people in the house pay money to play it. Though maybe I should, but then they would never play it. I want people to play it. Who was it? My mom. She legit started pulling out her purse because she thought she had to pay money to play it. Like, Mom, you don't have to pay money to play it. And she was just like...
It is kind of weird.
But...
Like, our brains are like, oh, you put money in the machine. But no,
Yeah.
Michael's like, no, Big Daddy Michael.
Yes.
Says it's free.
It's like, Mother, I own the machine. You can play as much as you want. And she did. She played it a lot while she was here.
I did hear sometimes, like, my door would be shut, and I think you went to bed, and I just hear her.
She loves
It would go for a while.
Yeah. Well, he was having fun. Try to keep it at a decent volume, not too loud, but
It can get loud.
it's like it's set to 3. I have no idea how high I can go, but I'm pretty sure it's like 30. That was the thing. If it's in an arcade, you wanted it to be loud because you wanted to attract people.
Well, and you wanted to stand out amongst everything else. If you're in an arcade and you're not screaming at each other, you're not in an arcade.
Yeah.
You saw someone's kidding about the machine? Nope, just saving. I want a TV that's going to last me for the next 8+ years that comes with a soundbar and wall mount. comes with a sound bar, maybe not. Samsung does usually have the one benefit of they often will give you something free or a big discount on something if you're buying a big ticket item. But they also have Samsung Bucks, where like you can buy something and then after a certain period of time that you'll get like whatever amount of money equivalent from the purchase, and so that can be like $100 back. But then you have to spend it on the Samsung store. So I've had a lot of that money expire before. But sometimes there's stuff like that. Buying right from Samsung is pretty nifty. But again, I only really do that because my work's discount goes. I have to go right through them. But I think that you could get, if you're going 77, I don't think you can get the Neo QLED in 77, probably 75. But if you're going in that size, you could definitely get the TV for probably under 2K. And then for soundbar, Samsungs are okay, but you could probably get better elsewhere, like Sonos, or I can't think of any other one on the top of my head. And if you actually have the budget, it's probably better not even go soundbar. Just get like, use the TV as a center channel, and then you get like left, right, back speakers if you can do back. If you can't do back speakers, then soundbar's fine.
Sound bars are nice because they're tucked away, but left, right speakers are still better. You can put them next to the thing.
Left, right's always going to be better, but soundbars are convenient and easy.
Yes,
and I like the look too. But I bet those Nerf guns were pretty expensive to buy. Actually, not really. I think that like the Halo rifle was like 70, and then I think that the Needler was about 90. So they were more expensive. The cool thing with that one though is you got a code to go into game and get that exact skin for use in Halo Infinite. That's all I actually cared about. And I've gotten like 30 other skins for the rifles since then. I will never use anything other than the Nerf because it is funny. And it gives you a little the little Nerf dart as a little trinket you can put on things too. I like that.
Nerf or nothing.
And then the plasma pistol was actually really cheap. What was the name of the website? Geek something.
Geek Me or something.
Yeah, it was an old store that you could buy like nerdy stuff from, and they were going out of business, and so they did their whole store half off. So I think I got it for $25.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember watching a Modern Marvels episode about them, like from the 90s.
No, they went out of business in like 2013, 2014. Yeah. But yeah, so I bought it from them. I wanted to get the rifle, but that sold out before I got there. The rifle was $50.
Think Geek.
Think Geek, yes.
Yes, that was it.
It was Think Geek.
Yeah, no one.
Well, because I think Think Geek was purchased by GameStop, and we know how they're doing.
Bizarrely. Adam wants to play Mario. I can tell. I can feel it from here. See, he's like singing the game songs.
I haven't gotten you noticed that the IKEA things are back in stock. I really want to. Well, the shelves are, but I need to get the other thing, and then we can get the shelves down here for stuff.
Looking for booze.
It's all outside.
It is all outside. It's all outside, Adam.
There's stuff down here too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what.
Okay.
That's stuff.
Light and horses.
Light and horses. Horses are already so colorful.
Yeah.
Trying to get the.
That one went beer.
That one did want beer.
Trying to light them, and then we did finish this shot.
Ooh.
I got to add more to the street, but added all like negative lights for dirt on all the houses and clouds in the distance and stuff, and put
Very nice fog in the distance too.
those are models.
Yeah, the fog models. Very nice.
Yeah, it's
that helps a lot.
no, it's a cloud model that is repeated over and over and over again at a very low opacity.
Beautiful.
It provides a way better effect than volumetric lights do.
Can I just say I really like the contrast of the background from outside the camera? So it looks like, wow, it looks really bad. And then you just turn around, it's like, wow, why don't we move there?
No, this is the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
Oh, and we do have Derpy in a cage.
No, I don't like this
Michael
part.
likes that, huh?
No.
What, you wouldn't want your own
I can put her.
cage?
I can put her back in the nuclear waste
If it
if
was
you
my
want.
cage, maybe.
Yeah, but we're just still
Can we go
working
back
on
to that shot real quick.
Derpy shot.
No. The one where her mom was like talking, whatever.
This one.
Yeah, that's a shot, all right.
Well, it's the best I can do. They got to go between the tail.
You got double. This is Michael's favorite shot. It's got
It,
two
it
butts.
definitely draws the eyes
I don't know where to look.
underneath the tail.
I still want to know why this shot. Oh, I bet you it's this freaking cart.
You're
Oh,
away.
you haven't seen the cart?
No.
Look at Hitch.
This is the death
The
cart.
best part.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Hitch is getting in there.
We have fun on these.
No,
Yeah.
it's the death cart. So that's
Bring out your dad.
and the funny thing is, by the time this finishes, it's just even more relevant.
Yeah.
And then that's why at the end, so like, whacks her in the head and then throws her in the cart.
Oh, that explains it.
Oh, we've got the autosave. So,
How am I doing? I'm doing all right.
cheers,
Sunset. Hope everything's going all right with y'all, chat.
last sip of that one.
Clearly, things are going great because progress I see on this bit is really good.
It's slowly getting there.
All of
Yeah.
all of the yellow stuff is animated. It just needs clean up and lighting. They've already been doing the lighting.
Shut up, mother.
She's just going on the sleepy time cards.
I like that she's got the pipe sticking out of her bag, so that's clearly a Chekhov's gun for the scene when she's gonna bonk her in the head.
Well, I have to. I had to include it because it can't come out of nowhere. So.
Exactly. I like that. No, it's
Though
good.
she's also supposed to be using it to make a ding noise, so she has a pan here.
Oh, beautiful. So it's not even that assuming at first. They're just like, oh, she's just grabbed whatever she could to make a noise, and it's like, nope. So a 2-for-1 bit. Very nice.
So yeah. The LG TVs sometimes come with bundles with sound bars. I would definitely do a review check on the sound bars. Make sure they're not just bundling it because it's one of their low end ones to get rid of.
Big sniffer.
Because if you're if you're getting a sound bar, you want it to have decent sound, but you also want to make sure it comes with a sub. Having a sound bar without a sub, you're going to be missing out on a lot. It can do maybe okay bass, but you need a sub, especially for gaming. If you want good booms and explosions, or movies when you want to just have that echo. I think I have like the 990 soundbar and sub for our big TV, and that sub, I mean, it's not a huge sub, but it still pumps out some good bass. Like you can feel the house shake with it, so I very much like it for the price anyway. Though that one came with rear speakers, we just don't have them up because the couch goes right against the wall. We can't really use them. I've thought about just putting them around in the room otherwise, so then if we're playing music, I can just send it through those speakers. Adam, Michael needs motivation to work out. Could you get a cattle prod and motivate him once a day? Oh, he doesn't need motivation to, but I still think that he should.
Just hit me with a cattle prod. Just for fun.
Adam, Michael needs motivation. I'm the one that needs motivation, to be perfectly honest. I can do it. No, it's just...
I'm sad you gotta do it every day.
I did some today, so it was good.
That's good.
Yep. Do some tomorrow.
Yeah. And then the next day. And then when it starts to hurt, you take a bunch of aspirin and do it again.
I think a rest day is always fine if it's...
No.
Well-
hurt means it's working.
Rest days usually are about take one day do some muscle groups and then the next day do a different muscle group
True.
and swap it up.
Why don't the three of you buy bicycles and go for a ride in an hour? Hey, when was the last time you used the bicycle?
We need
It's been a while.
We need to do a 3-person tandem bike. Yeah.
Well, for one, storing 3 bikes would be kind of tough.
No, one bike,
Say one
3
tandem
seats.
bike.
But no, that'd be
We all go
also
on
hard.
a merry adventure around the lake.
We'll have
No,
to grow big John mustaches.
I have a bike. I just haven't really used it this year because most of the times, if I'm going to get exercise, I just go do outside stuff.
Yep.
Like spend 4 hours chipping wood or a couple hours putting stuff together, like heavy stuff. Like that's usually just been my exercise lately.
Bicycle
Not quite enough.
for 3.
But yeah, I was just gonna do the dust and the one shot for horse here and then call it
I'm
good.
half crazy for the Taco Supreme.
What? The Taco Supreme.
Yeah.
Brother wants to
Isn't
get
that
a Taco
a
Bell?
isn't that a character from Marvel?
Taco Supreme?
Yeah, I think it was in Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It sounds right.
It was the multiverse where everyone was a taco, and he was the Taco Supreme to prevent the evil taco from devouring the
'cause-
taco earth.
Yeah, they have Sorcerer Supreme, and so he's just they add sour cream and voila,
Boom.
Sour Cream Supreme.
Yeah, you can't have a taco without sour.
sour Supreme.
Sour Supreme.
That was the worst part about tacos from Taco Bell's. No sour cream.
Really?
Not unlike the soft taco, hard tacos. They don't have sour cream.
Wait, neither of them had sour cream?
I don't think so.
That's
I don't remember
garbage.
sour
It can't be a quesadilla or a taco without sour cream.
I think some of their stuff had sour cream, but not the standard taco.
Not really. That's one of the things I really liked about Taco John's. Taco John's is sour cream heavy, and they give you a bunch of potatoes too.
still-
Hey, it's
Not
Adam. Yeah, it's Nolan.
There. I'm gonna die having not eaten a Taco John's.
Why?
Nobody takes me.
You live in this
go.
state.
You can go.
I don't wanna.
Okay.
Well, then we're not going to go
Try
there,
about
Michael.
it. We'll go without you.
Wow, go without me.
Yeah. If you're out for a trip sometime, I'll be like, we should go to Taco John's and send a picture of Michael.
Or if he is with us, just keep him in the car.
That way he can never technically be at a Taco John.
They'll not let me in. They'll lock me inside.
I just imagine Taco John as it's John, but he's just got a Mexican hat on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what their
bro.
you know who
Yeah,
their
sombrero, that's the word.
no their mascot was one of the best. Hold on.
What? Oh, no shot. Please teach me in the ways.
Team old
I thought
Matt.
he just yeah. Taco John.
This was their old mascot.
Oh my god, the monkey. The cowboy
And a
monkey.
sombrero.
See?
And he rides a dog.
He does.
Of course.
Like Taco John's monkey on the dog was amazing.
I would not accept the taco from the dog monkey.
What? It's a monkey.
No,
not a
look at
dog
him. He's
monkey.
adorable.
Monkey.
I trust him more than I trust you.
They're a merged creature.
Oh, they're so good. Taco John's.
John. Yeah.
Taco John's was like
An abomination.
it used to be. You could get six tacos, soft shell or hard shell or a mix, and a pound of potato olays, which are round fried potatoes with like Mexican seasoning on it. And it'd be $6 on the weekend.
Crazy.
It was super cheap, but now it's like $15.
Yeah.
But me and my buddy used to we'd bike over there,
Gouging.
and the hot sauce was so good, and we'd just like $3 each, just split it because it was enough food for that. It was so good.
No, I sat here in my rants about fast food, especially Arby's.
Yeah.
Point out that like fast food is well out past inflation.
Yes, it is.
Arby's
yeah.
proved it too when they did 4 roast beef sandwiches for $5 as a promotional thing for a little while. And it's like you can afford to do this all the time,
Yes.
but you just don't.
That's what I said. Like McDonald's is suffering. A lot of fast food are suffering because when fast food costs the same as a sit-down restaurant, and it literally is for meals.
Yeah.
If you get dollar or the cheaper menus, you're going to save a little bit, but still, it's like why would I go to anywhere else?
Yeah.
Applebee's is better than McDonald's.
Applebee's is so fucking fire because they have half off apps after 9
I'd
p.m.
rather eat McDonald's.
Cry
But
about it?
well, yeah. But what if Applebee's was cheaper?
That's what I'm saying. It's cheaper with the half off.
Because
apps.
money is your
As long as
favorite.
you get a
Yeah.
table. They put the booze way too small.
Our last trip to Applebee's
Big
had
vibe, it's rough.
a lot of problems.
These two always suffer going to Applebee's. I always have a fun.
We had the emergency door trying to be open. They forgot his drink 6 times in a row.
They
Yeah.
set up a tablet on the table with the sole purpose that you'll grab it and play a game on it, and then they'll charge it to your bill at the end of your meal, with never really telling you.
What, the game?
Yeah.
Did you play the My Little Pony game on the freaking
Maybe
screen?
I did.
And you know those are pay to play,
Yeah,
right?
but they don't say that.
Yeah, but it's
They don't
implied
ask for
because
a
it's
credit
on
card.
the Paymaker.
Wait, you assumed something's free? This is America,
Yeah,
sir.
No,
America,
that
you
was my
having fun?
mistake.
That's gonna cost you.
Like, they didn't ask for a credit card, so you think you're in the clear, but then it just shows up in
Yeah,
your check.
it's put on your check.
Oh,
yeah.
they know. They know. You know what you do? You grab the next
You get
ones
the
over.
next tables and start playing it.
Swap
And then they
'em.
yell and go like, "Why do you have two?" And you're like, "I don't
But
know."
at the end, when they say, "Okay, your bill's on the thing," you gotta go grab it again. But
Yeah.
Puppy Monkey Baby, yeah, I remember that too. But we gotta get going. Where we? I gotta make it bigger.
Rado
I'm
Button.
telling you, man, just type in pony and pick a new pony person.
Invader Shadow's playing Gary's mod.
Oh,
He's been playing that a bit.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Switch is playing Donkey Kong Country 2, and then Paleo's playing the Pokemans.
I'm telling you, roll the pony dice.
Roll the pony dice?
Yeah.
You have the pony dice.
What do you mean by pony dice?
Search filter and type pony into tags.
Oh boy,
Into tags.
I'm gonna take Brony.
Brony's a good tag to put in, or not. Doesn't exist.
You have to go to other
Brony.
things besides following.
Oh, that's true. You're
Oh,
in
yeah.
following.
You're still in. Okay,
Cry about it.
I am.
There, ooh, look at that one, Snowy Bug.
That's a cool one.
Snowy
We're playing
Bug.
Genshin Impact. I don't know about that. That one's got Derpy.
I like the derpy one.
That's Silver Bloom. I thought I found a Silver Bloom.
Well, I think you need to.
It's a VTuber of Derpy too.
Is it?
No, it is a picture of derpy. It's
It
gone
says
now.
VTuber.
Where did Derpy go?
Or derpy.
It's just Grand Theft Auto.
No.
Oh, they might have been like a pop up.
Yeah.
They're doing modding stuff,
Oh.
so they might. That one's got a horsey.
That's
a good
Playing
one.
Fortnite.
What are they doing? Fortnite?
Fortnite.
You can't raid Puppy Monkey Baby. There's a Derpy.
Okay, that one then.
Kendo Studios.
Oh, that one got derpy. Just still have derpy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it moves.
Is it moving derpy?
Oh, it's a VTuber Derpy.
What are they playing? I recognize it.
They're doing a voice for Derpy too. Do you want to head there? This is under Kendo's.
That's 3D modeling animation music. So
3D modeling, yeah. We can do that. Let's head over there.
Okay.
All right.
Roll the pony dice. This person's gonna be so happy. It's like
Sure.
in this space game, so I'm happy.
That's a really good name for a stream. I like that. Well, they're gonna stop playing after this raid.
I've had a couple times where I raided somebody, but in the time it took me to get there,
They closed
it closed stream.
Yeah.
Or we had it where somebody raided me right as I was ending, and then I raided somebody else just as they were ending. And it was like, we're just passing people around like hot potato.
That's beautiful.
Big derpy.
Big derp.
But thank you so Katie for 3 years of subbing.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sorry Red and Sunset, for the destruction of the bad people.
Beautiful.
One day I'll remember to put the good copy of this video on this. Still got the lights are still broken. I'm waiting for him to twitch. There it goes.
The Twitch.
Bots go splat. Yes, they do.
And that's it. Go have fun with the
Yes.
wild
Say hello.
What game is that even?
This is Evorian.
Never heard of it.
Lots of material apparently.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. I don't know why I'm waving.
All right, let's see. What does this person say?
It's like it's almost like space engineers, but crazier.
Ooh. I agree. Uh-oh. Bombs.